brand new banger.
What is your hatred for John Cena?
Yo, when Hulk Hogan takes a rock bottom better than you, there's a problem. There's a problem. My man. All right, so give me the camera.
One rock bottom.
Yo, no, it's more than that. Show, give me the camera. I got the fucking camera. Kenny, I'm gonna have to do it for you. I'm gonna give you the whole spiel. He came out as a prototype. Whatever. You know, he slaps Kurt Angle. Ruthless aggression. I'm not into that. Whatever. He comes out as a rapper. I'm like, okay, all right, I could dig it. You know, he's from Boston, so that's a strike. You know, us New Yorkers, we don't fuck with Boston too much, but you know what? I'll look over that. He's doing his thing. Something original. Some I could, you know, there's something different. It's entertaining. Comes around, and my man has a choice between The Big Show, Kane, or Shawn Michaels. And he gives the most pussiest promo I've ever heard in my life. I will never forgive this. And he's on some, well, you know, I don't want to fight The Big Show because, you know, he's a huge guy. And, you know, you got the big red machine. Who wants to fight him? And Shawn Michaels is a legend. Fuck that, bro. You already beat all these motherfuckers already.
Her return on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I definitely read some rumors about that.
Because for whatever reason, and I don't know Cody's reason, you turn around and go back, and people are gonna be, you destroyed thrones, and you go back? We have been doing this shit for ages, and he still doesn't know how to take it right. Trust me. That's it. I got you. My man, he collapsed with the kick.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way he didn't collapse during the sun. It was the kick. It was the
He's not even in his fucking chair when he gets in this fucking thing. He's not even in his fucking chair.
Yeah, but he
there
goes, oh!
There he goes.
Both matches without the wrestlers were in the table.
And on that note, everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Toe Tags with the NuKKle Network. Wrestling with Knuckleheads. What up, Janelle? How you doing? How you doing today, player? I know you had that you had a job interview. You got the job for that place in New York. What's up? Let us know. Let us know. How's everybody doing today? Thursday night. Wrestling with Knuckleheads. We wasn't on yesterday. You know, that's happened. Why isn't my shit? My shit not connected. Not on Facebook right now. What the fuck? Okay, there you go. That was a recap. They had us in the wrong profile. All right, fuck it, we live and then living. What's going on? Yeah, yesterday I wasn't able to make the show yesterday. Got into a little car accident. Everybody's fine though. But now I had my car back. And now I gotta send my car back to another shop to fix up. But the good news is being taken care of, so ain't got that much stress to it. Yeah, man. How you doing? How y'all doing today? I know today the thumbnail is MVP and Bobby Lashley. I know MVP has spoken about his disappointment in AEW. He made mention to it, but he said he was going to talk about it on his podcast or something like that. You gotta forgive me, but yeah, Lashley's role as a tag team partner rather than a singles competitor. Now, with that being said, what's going on? Appreciate you, Mr. Loki. Glad you're safe. Yep, appreciate you. Yeah, it was on the way home that shit happened. I'm pretty sure tomorrow, in the Toe in the Show, we're gonna be talking more about it. But I mean, my left tricep is a little sore, but from yesterday to today, it got better. But other than that, it was the stiffness of the shock and all that other shit. But other than that, everybody's fine. Appreciate you, Taquan. So y'all people be listening and don't comment. Is that what it is? That y'all be watching every day, but y'all don't be commenting? Shit, but yeah, it was good, man. I mean, we all right. It was raining yesterday. If you lived in New York, it was like right before the thunderstorm. We're in the underpass, traffic. I stopped. Boom, got hit in the back, kind of hard. I stopped my car from hitting the car in front of me, and then we got hit again. Wow, same car. So I don't know what happened. I fucking the back trunk is fucked up. The whole back bumper's fucked up. The tail lights is fucked up. Like, yeah, it was. I think it was a Nissan Pathfinder that hit me or something. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see. No, it was a Ford. So it was a Ford, like Expedition. It was one of those big ass trucks, though. Yeah, one of those big baby mamas. But everybody survived. They were fine. We was fine. We're on the highway, and I'm pulling over to a spot where like you get more on the shoulder because the shoulder was a sidewalk that had a fucking like a 6-inch fucking curb. So trying to get out the car, like people were like, "Oh, y'all got into a car accident? Good. I ain't gonna stop." Like, motherfuckers. Do them get paid? Yo, listen, man. Everybody's safe. As long as my car's getting fixed, we'll be all right. The real thing is because my car, it's a Mercedes, so the parts and shit are expensive. I don't know how much the parts are or how much they get their parts for at where I'm gonna get it fixed and shit. But I just spent $2,600 on a fucking axle, right? And I did an appraisal because I don't know if you was listening to me and Hutch on Friday talking about possibly getting a different one. I did an appraisal and they will offer me 17 for my shit. So let's say that's what the car's worth, 17. And it was $2,000. It was 2,000 something for an axle. Let's see, 10% of 17,000 is what? 1,700. 1,700 plus 1,700 times 2 is 3,600. So now we're at 20%. So the axle is almost damn near 20% of what my car's worth. You know what I'm saying? I know after a certain time, that's when they total the car. So I don't know This is what's going through my mind. To declare a car a total loss totaled, an insurance company generally considers whether the cost of the repair to its pre-accident and condition or to a safe and roadworthy condition surpasses a certain threshold compared to the car's actual cash value. Actual cash value, this essentially the car's make value right before the incident, taking into account depreciation due to age, wear and tear, mileage, and condition. Insurance companies often use industry formulas, values, guidelines, and compare similar vehicles. Let's put in New York, right? Let's see. But yeah, that's my thing. 75% of the vehicle's actual cash value before the accident. Let's see. So all right, so they would have to spend over $13,000. I don't think that shit is that much. To be honest with you. I don't think that much damage was caused to it. But you never know. But yeah, so I hit up everybody. Let's see what happens. Let's see who joins us tonight if we do get joined. But yeah, like I was saying, MVP has expressed some frustrations with how Bobby Lashley's AEW run has unfolded, particularly with Lashley's role as a tag team wrestler rather than a singles competitor. MVP feels Lashley, a former world champion, has been underutilized and that their storyline in WWE, which included a breakup, wasn't fully explored. He believes Lashley is a bankable talent and wants to see him used more effectively. Now, I think AEW has misused all of their WWE talent. I think they misuse all of their talent in general. Yo, normal guy, you telling me? Shit. It's been a long week for the both of us. Shit, but yeah. I hear you. Have y'all been keeping up with AEW? Because to be honest with you, I haven't. I haven't been keeping up with AEW that much. Like I'll see updates and all that stuff here and there, but I haven't been watching it like that. And I was telling Lay, I was like, it's funny how WCW, as bad as it got, I would still turn on Monday Nitro just to see what's happening. I would watch some of their pay-per-views because we had the box, watch some of their pay-per-views and keep up with their stuff. I like 3 Count, when it got to the end, the New Blood storyline, some of that shit. I like Scott Steiner versus Booker T and his run as champion. Like that, all that was dope. For some reason, I'm just not interested in what's going on with AEW. I don't know if it's because there's so many different shows and each show has a different story. Like each show has different wrestlers, but the same shit's going on each show, or just the fact that it's what days it comes on. Because this shit comes on Wednesday, Saturday, and it's like it's like, all right, whatever. Like right now, Forbidden Door, August 24th. I didn't know that shit was. I'm on the website and I just found out that August 24th is Forbidden Door. When is that's the week before Paris? Am I bugging? Yeah, it's the Sunday before Clash in Paris. I don't keep up with AEW like that either. There's sometimes, but I will tune in to AEW. I don't know. Last time I watched AEW was when Dynamite. It was a Dynamite after all, and yo, I hear you. I hear you. Like, to be honest with you, the most interesting shit for me is the women wrestling. You know, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné, you know, what they're doing with the women, but then even then it's like it's only interesting when I'm watching it on like social media, the little clips they put on to tune in to see what's happening. There's so much shit going on that I don't understand. And I don't think they understand. Because there's a bunch of wrestlers in here that I don't know what they're trying to do with them. Like, we just got a bunch of wrestlers that are tough, and then a bunch of wrestlers that are trying to do something, and they're trying to prove something to somewhere. And at one point, it gets to like, all right, are we just having dream matches for people for like the 17% of wrestling fans who watch every single drop of wrestling around the world, or what? You know, because like I've seen Speedball Mike Bailey live. I've seen him wrestle Janai Kai. I've seen him wrestle shit, man. I wanna call him Duckworth for some reason because he does he's the ugly duckling. But anyway, I seen him wrestle live. He's good. But then I watch him on AEW and I'm like, yo, he's just throwing that same spinning back kick. Like, I can't get over that spinning back kick that he did 14 times in the triple threat match. And then you see a bunch of like New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers that are legends and they're wrestling other people, and it's like, okay, is this a match that these guys had a dream and you just fulfilling the dream with no story behind it? And now we're supposed to just appreciate this, or is this for a story, or are we just throwing shit together? I don't like unorganized shit. Even if the show's bad, if it's organized, I can follow it. There's a lot of shit I can't follow any, like the Edge and Christian shit. Yeah, it seems simplistic from the little shit that I saw with FTR, and they turned their back on Edge, and then Christian's people turned their back on Christian, and now Edge and Christian are together again, and I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? But now Edge and Christian are back together, and now Cowboy shit is wrestling MJF, and I'm like, oh, nice, we get back to what year? That was 2 years ago. Let's say 2023 with MJF versus Cowboy Hangman Page. So, and John Moxley's back to beating up people. So it's like, I don't know, man. This isn't. It's for me. It's not for me. I am interested in watching AEW for a good indoor next Sunday. You talking about for Forbidden Door? Yeah. So, yeah, that's what he's interested in watching AEW for Forbidden Door next Sunday. What's the matches for that? Let's see if we can find the matches for Forbidden Door. Yo, everything got cookies, bro. I get it. Just let me see the fucking AEW on pay-per-view. I guess the website doesn't tell you what matches are here. What the fuck? It tells me where to buy it. It don't tell me what's happening. Order replay. Ain't nobody want to order nothing. I just want to. Dang, you telling me how to watch this shit? You're not telling me what's going on. I don't want to buy tickets. I want to know the card. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna have to go outside of the realm. AEW Forbidden Doors 2025. WWE for me is the same old with new paint splatter. Yeah, it is. Updated card. All right, so let's see. These are the cards. This is the card so far for Forbidden Door. Okay, Hangman Adam Page versus MJF. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. versus to be determined. Lights out steel cage match. Golden Glovers, Darby Allin, Horatio Tanahashi, and Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castelloni, John Moxley, the Young Bucks, and Gabe Kidd. What the hell is a lights out steel cage match? Is an unsanctioned professional wrestling match with a steel cage where the lights are dimmed and the rules are minimal, allowing for extreme violence and focus on winning by knockout, pinfall, submission. Is this the? This isn't. Oh no, it's not the two. Oh, I thought this was like fucking war games. I guess it's just a regular cage match with no lights, and it's a 5-on. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-on-5. It's a 10-man match in a steel cage. Wow. If I can't even finish watching Raw, what makes you think I will watch AEW? Yeah, bro, for real. For real. I hear that. I hear that. Bro. The thing with WWE, the same old shit with new paint on it, because it's starting to feel like, yo, Vince had his favorites and he just showed that and just gave us a shitty product. Now it's almost like, yo, they're doing the same shit. They're just changing the faces of the people that are all over the screen. Because yo, when Vince was running it and there was no world champion on Raw, it was the United States title that was the main champion on Raw. And it was Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. Now you have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and I don't want to say Jey Uso because he's barely even the top, like the main event guy anymore. And now LA Knight. But yo, it's Seth Rollins every fucking week. And they'll throw Penta in there every once in a while just to get, I guess, him to wrestle. But they're doing the same shit that Vince did, just different people. Like, yeah. It was cool when it started because you had the Avengers come out. Now that every fucking night the Avengers come out, it's like, all right, what happened to this whole, you can't give them everything one night. You can't show this guy and this, that. What happened to those rules? Well, you have to do something once in a while. You can't keep doing it. Once it gets old. All right, then Okada versus Swerve Strickland for the Unified Championship. Yo, it's crazy how AEW has a Unified Championship, aka the Grown Ass Women's Championship. And then speaking of the Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Athena, which that on paper is a good match. The Tag Team Championships, Hurt Syndicate versus Ardito or FTR. Okay. TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor versus Stardom, competitor to be determined versus Persephone. I don't know who any of those girls are. What's going on, show? And then the TNT Championship match, Kyle Fletcher versus Takahashi. And then Nick Wayne. What's going on, show?
Good,
Like,
brother. I saw you by yourself, so I said, fuck it. I'll jump in even though I can't really talk.
Nah, it's all good. I'm not by myself. I got normal guy, Mr. Loki, Janelle, Taquan even came. You know what I'm saying? They all came out here. I got Nightbot from Twitch.
Nice.
Nightbiter. I got my candy from YouTube, motherfuckers. Like, yo, YouTuber made this shit. This ain't bad. Not bad. But he gonna have to give me some money if he want me to say this shit is good. Nah, but yeah, to be honest with you, this Forbidden Door lineup almost feels like it could be on a Dynamite. That's the problem with AEW. Their Dynamite shows are the same shit as this. I don't know why everybody's wrestling each other. I still don't know why the John Moxley group is together but still wrestling right now. They should have took a backseat after they lost. But then they're still wrestling 5 other fucking people in a regular steel cage match with dim lights. That's supposed to make me go, oh my God, the lights are dim show. What if they got bad eyesight? It's horrible. Think of the children. You know what I'm saying? Yo, show Loki and Normal Guy say what's up.
What's good, my guys? I do appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for always being here.
Word. Yeah, so I'm not too excited to see Forbidden Door on Sunday. You know, that's probably gonna be another one I skip. But
wait, before you change the subject, I wanted to ask something about that. The only storyline that actually makes sense now is Christian and Copeland. I saw that on the internet.
On the internet.
And the internet.
And I think for some people the only reason why that makes sense is because we're familiar with them.
Yep.
Like, you know who Adam Copeland and Christian are. You know Edge and Christian because WWE. So when they're coming back together, it's like this doesn't really have to make as much sense as you think, just because of the fact that now I can I get what I want. You know what I'm saying? I get to see Edge and Christian back together.
I actually like it. I wonder if we got to do that with everybody. Everybody, the Usos, the New Day, well, the New Day separated, but you know what I mean.
But they,
all the great
I feel like they do that. I feel like they do that shit too much. You know what I'm saying? Like they do that shit too much, where now you expect the tag team to break up after a while. Like the New Day, I think, is the longest reigning tag team that they had that didn't separate, and they're separating so many people so often that I'm kind of like, damn, I don't want to see these motherfuckers separate. These guys are fucking good. Why do I have to watch them separate?
It's their thing. We ain't separate the Road Warriors.
Word.
I ain't never seen Demolition Man by themselves.
Yeah, some tag team should be a tag team. The tag team division should be a division and not a storyline. It shouldn't be a means for people to just throw a storyline together so they can separate them. You know what I'm saying?
I semi-agree with you. And the reason I say that is some people don't need to be separated because they're amazing together. Some people are amazing together, but we need to separate them, bro, because this is our next star. Like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. I couldn't see that team staying together. Nothing would have developed. No DX, no nothing. So it depends. I feel like they separate the wrong teams. Like, yo, this is a good team. They grew up being a team. Nah, we want to see them solo. Like, why? Get the people that you put together unorganically and separate them if you want.
Yeah. I agree, but see, even though they did that with Shawn Michaels, it's like, yo, the Rockers were a champion for like, I want to say 8-9 years. You know, and they saw that Marty Jannetty was like fucking up with his shit because he was doing the drugs and all that, and Shawn Michaels was a talent that, you know, can go on, and they separated them. Like, it was still a shock. Let's put it that way. It was still a shock when they did the Rockers, when they separated the Rockers, right?
Yep.
And like right now, if they were to separate FTR, I don't see any one of them being breakout singles competitors.
Nah, that team right there is like Demolition Man. If there's one team that reminds me of the Rockets, it would be Dawkins and the High Fly.
Oh, you talking
That's
about the Street Profits?
Say that again?
The Street Profits?
Yeah, the Street Profit. That's the team I see. I don't want them to separate, but if you do separate them, there is a star in that team. I don't see it with Dawkins. Reminds me of Booker T's brother.
Stevie Ray?
Yeah, Stevie Ray was like a sideshow. I don't even know if it's a sideshow or he was an accessory to Booker T. He wasn't Booker T's equal.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, when shit, you fucked up that name so much I forgot what they are.
Marty Jannetty, Booker T.
Nah,
Stevie Ray.
Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. There was a time when Montez Ford was injured and Dawkins had to go on a single run. Dawkins actually stepped up. He showed that he's just as athletic as Ford. He may not be able to jump as high and jump as far and all that, but he can perform on the level of Ford. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things like, oh shit, this dude's stepping up. Like, this guy's actually pretty good. And then Ford came back, and to be honest, they could be one of the best tag teams WWE has. They just don't utilize them. But if they separate Montez Ford from Dawkins, you can see Montez Ford being a star. The problem is, and we say this with every fucking person, he's fucking not white. That's the issue.
So there's no black. I'm sorry to be switching subject to subject. I didn't know if you wanted to keep going on that rant.
No,
So there's
before you go, this issue.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
I'll say my question.
I think you're talking about the black issue, right? There's no black wrestler. No. I was saying this issue was something I want to discuss if it runs on just WWE or in wrestling as a whole. But go ahead.
That's a great topic, bro. Do you want to start it
Go
off?
ahead.
Because I got a question for you.
Yeah, that's the question.
Who's the best? Damn. Is The Rock considered black?
No.
Okay. Who's the best black wrestler you've ever seen that you should have you would have thought like you guys needed to put the company behind this guy. I don't give a fuck if he was yellow.
Shit, my opinion has always been Shelton Benjamin. Just pure athleticism, his ability to wrestle. Yeah, he might not have been able to speak on the mic because you guys didn't give him something to talk about. But I think Shelton Benjamin, as a pure athlete, was fucking phenomenal. Then Farouk, back in the 90s when he wrestled for WWE, they could have put the title on him. Especially in the Nation of Domination. Yeah, Ron Simmons, they could have put the title on him. Bobby Lashley, I think, you know, fucking, he has everything. He's your Brock Lesnar. Bobby Lashley is a freak of nature also, that he was champion, but for a short amount of time, and you didn't utilize him the way he should have been utilized either. You know, because you made him a guy wearing a suit where he could have been a fucking destroyer, bro. In
Word.
TNA,
While holding a suit. Shit, I'm
yeah,
looking gas in my suit.
Where in TNA, I think he held every title like simultaneously. He was a fucking world breaker, Bobby Lashley in TNA. He could have fucking did something in the WWE more than what he did. Like Biggie also, he was WWE champion. Sucks that he broke his neck, but he's another one that you could have put so much behind them. And I don't care what people say when they go, "Oh, he doesn't have this or he doesn't have that." There's way to mask shit like that because Jade in AEW looked like a seasoned vet compared to the rest that she was wrestling. Yeah, she had some fuck ups here and there, but when she wrestled Athena, they wrestled hard, they wrestled for long, and they were like, "Yo, she did pretty good." She goes into WWE, it looks like she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. The Big Show, when he debuted in WWE in WCW, he won the World Heavyweight Championship his first night. He didn't know how to wrestle, but they protected him in WCW. They made him look good in WCW, right? You have what's going on, Ray? You have other people in other companies that get protected, but let's put it this way, right? You have Ricochet in WWE, who people say can't talk. You had Montez Ford in WWE, who for some reason they're not doing nothing with. These guys have to be two of the most athletic guys in the WWE, and they're not white, and they're not being done properly. Logan Paul comes out, and I don't care what anybody says, he can't cut a promo either. He's gotten better, but I'm pretty sure people are writing his promos for him. But he's just as athletic as them. So you go, what's the difference between Montez Ford, Ricochet, and Logan Paul? Well, the difference with them is that Logan Paul is a celebrity that got hired by the WWE to bring more viewers in, right? Cool. He's also paying for his way to be in WWE with the sponsorship of Prime. Cool. But what else is he? He's white. So you have someone who's athletic who can wrestle. Oh, someone who's athletic who can't really talk and is green to this company versus two people who are just as athletic or even more athletic, who are more veterans in this company that know more stuff that can hide shit, like they put on a better show for you with anybody. And you're saying that because they can't talk, we put Logan Paul in here. If you gave them the same leeway or the same protection you give Logan Paul, you can make them look good, if not better. Because look at Ricochet in AEW. It may be stupid what he's doing, but it's something that shows some kind of personality. You put the right backing behind Ricochet with, like, let's say writing or storyline or something like that. Ricochet could be a top mid-level heel where he's in a Continental Champion or United States Champion, even have a World WWE Championship run. You know, when the time slows down and you need that fresh face, he can do that for you because wrestling should come first. Now, where you have stars like Hulk Hogan or Goldberg or Ultimate Warrior, their star power is so great that it supersedes anything that you would need to mask in the ring. You don't need to mask the fact that they can't wrestle because it's very like their notoriety and everything is so unique, right? So like Goldberg, yes, wasn't the best technical wrestler in the world, but he was a fucking brick house. He was that ball that came in there, speared you, got out of the ring 7 minutes, and people loved that shit. Baron Corbin in NXT, he came down end of days. People started counting how long his matches were, and this is how you utilize the star power you have. So for people to go, well, he can't talk or he can't do that, to me is bullshit. So the question was, Ray, who do I think that as an African American could have taken the ball and ran with it? So with that example, I'm saying Shelton Benjamin, because you gave him a mama, and that was the best you got. You made him the gold standard, which he was actually pretty good as the gold standard. Now you're telling me if you gave him something real, something he can talk about, something he can hold against an opponent at that time, like an Eddie Guerrero or like a Benoit or like a Booker T, you're telling me that he couldn't hold his own in the WWE? I think all that shit is bullshit.
Bro, the match he had with Shawn. Remember, people just talk about the super kick. They talk about him doing the springboard and getting caught, and that's it.
Yeah.
But the match was actually a fucking great match.
Yeah.
And he hung in there with Sean, arguably at his peak. So it's like, come on. Like,
yeah.
And Shelton definitely was that guy, like, especially at that time. But the same could have also been said about Lashley. Like,
Yeah,
Lashley was a guy that, especially that list, let's say the 06, 07 run, before he became ECW champion.
Yeah.
He was being pioneered into this might be something.
Yep.
And then he won the ECW title and unfortunately fell into the mix of they're throwing everything at the wall.
ECW had to be a joke at that point.
Yeah. But then when he came back, it was like, okay, let's try it again. And it sucks because they all fell fucking to the let's start and stop. And it's the same with a lot of the guys. And it sucks because I feel like also Lashley, his title reign being in the pandemic era, you don't get to see what a genuine reaction would have been if he was champion with a crowd.
And so the question was that I mentioned Farouk in the 90s when he came to WWE and he was wrestling Undertaker. I believe he could have been world champion. He could have been world champion during the Nation of Domination run. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, we talked about Big E. But the topic that I was trying to go for is that MVP is kind of disappointed with the way AEW is using Bobby Lashley as a tag team wrestler and not as a a top main event guy. Now, with this being said, we know the racial undertones that happens with the WWE, where we're going because he's black, he can't do nothing. They hold him back and shit like that. But is this a WWE problem or is this a wrestling problem? Because it's starting to look like AEW is following that same procedure. Because my only argument I have with AEW, because it's the only argument I couldn't have with AEW, is that when Swerve Strickland was champion, that felt like the most interesting time of AEW. Yeah, Ray left. Ray left because he can't handle these racial undertones.
So my phone was bouncing on a cup. That cup fell over. Said, we're going to take the Ethernet cable with you. Today's been a fucking day, bro.
Shit.
I'll get to that when we're off the air because today's been a fucking day.
I hear that.
But when it comes to it, though, like I said.
Did you hear my last statement? I'm sorry.
I heard the last thing I remember hearing was the Lashley thing.
Okay, so what I was saying was, is this a wrestling issue or is this just a WWE issue? Because AEW is starting to follow the same procedure when it comes to minority wrestlers, where the only example I could give is the only example they really have is Swerve Strickland. When Swerve Strickland was the AEW world champion, I believe that was the most interesting time in AEW's.
I think it's always going to be a wrestling issue, though. It's always going to be a worldwide wrestling issue because it's always going to sadly be a lot of companies don't see value in us. And by us, I mean, again, people that are not the cream of the crop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without saying it. And it's why when companies do it, please, for the love of God, support it. Because that's also the issue. That finally, when someone gets a shot that is a minority and people just fucking, yeah.
And, it's crazy.
And it happens every time, though.
Yeah. Because even though they're not champions, they're still the favorite wrestlers. But when they become champions, that's when the racism comes out. And it's like wrestling is supposed to supersede any kind of hate, shit like that. Because in reality, Bobby Lashley, Damian Priest, Aaron Cross, fucking Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan are all supposed to be wrestlers. There's no race there unless you're in the Nation of Domination. Because then you put it there, and I say they're all wrestlers because they're supposed to be equal. You're supposed to have the same chance to go over. You know what I'm saying? Because like how they say, if you don't want to be champion, what are you doing here? If I don't have a chance, like if you're not going to give me the same opportunity to put on the show that Hogan put on, what am I doing here also?
So, you know what it is, sadly, when it comes to it, and that's why I say it's a wrestling issue, is because of no matter what, even if it's not supposed to be, it always ends up becoming that. Like I said, even when finally that person gets the chance, then they're not supported. They finally get to that moment where it's like, go. And now everyone turns their back on the person. Because, now the system's forcing it, you know? And we see it every single time. Because the biggest example I can give, and it's crazy because it's one of the moments I fucking fell in love with wrestling again. Mysterio wins the world title in 2006. A Latino world heavyweight champion. What's the first thing they say?
He's too small.
He only won it because Eddie died.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that, but I was thinking about...
That's the blunt reason. The blunt reason people put out. He only won it because Eddie died. And you know who were the first people that said that?
Like?
Other
WWE fans.
No, other Latinos. So that's what I'm trying to get at too. Is that a lot of times when we get into this conversation, and finally, again, minorities are up there, people of color are up there. First ones that we don't fucking help support.
But also, Ray, he wouldn't have won that title at that time if Eddie didn't die.
Still,
no, I get it.
Fucking support it because it's like, I mean, we're at a point where finally, before that, what was the last time outside of Eddie? What was the last time a Hispanic held the world title?
I think Pedro Morales,
bro, and that was what, the 1970s. So it's like to see that, even again in the unfortunate circumstance that it was, it's one of those where again he has the ball now. This can become something more than just him winning it because of Eddie, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's true, but it's also like, I don't think it's hate on Ray, but more of a, y'all motherfuckers only gave him this shit because Eddie died. Like, don't think that we're going to sit here and go, oh, finally we got a champion when we had to sacrifice one of our own to get it.
Yeah.
You know, because as Hispanic people, we're very prideful people. And sometimes some of the shit that these people do that honor us or honor certain is also could be a slap in the face. You know, because when Eddie won the title, that was out of nowhere. And everybody supported Eddie being champion, but Eddie couldn't handle the load or whatever, you know, he said. Right? But then after that, you don't see another champion. You don't see another Spanish champion. He passed and they gave it to Ray. You know? But then, you know, if what we're saying isn't true, Carlito could have been champion. Aaron Cross could have been champion. It seems like the only reason why they gave Damian Priest the championship is because we had that Puerto Rico run and we wasn't going back to Puerto Rico and they don't want to give up the Puerto Rican fans. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of coincidental shit that happens. Like it's funny how the most African American champions we had was during the pandemic. It could be a coincidence. It could not be a coincidence, but it's funny how that happened.
Yeah. But it's also, again, like I said, it's one of those where we have to, once we're there, like I said, now fucking ride the wave and fucking let's get to the point of let's support this shit. You know?
I get it, but you also have to remember sometimes it's like going to the beach. It's like, yo, this is a beach I've been wanting to go to forever. Finally, we're at this beach. You bring your boogie board and the waves are like an inch.
Yeah.
Like, well, fuck it, we're gonna sit here and just float in the water and relax.
Yeah.
I can't ride the waves here. I can't have as much fun as I planned on because the shit that they did with Bobby Lashley didn't do nothing because it was to build up fucking Brock Lesnar. At the end of the day, they gave Kofi Kingston what, a 6-month run? 4 of those months he wrestled Bryan Danielson, and then it was, I think, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And Dolph Ziggler saying how you took my position, and that whole run with Kofi Kingston was, you don't deserve to be here. And then Brock Lesnar says, okay, and I'm going to be your Huckleberry and take your title.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley, like Big E's championship run, when it was him and Bobby Lashley wrestling each other, that was good because there was no race involved. It was just, 2 big men, athletic, strong motherfuckers going at it. This is what we wanted. Then Brock Lesnar came out and took the title from both of the motherfuckers. Like, all right, daddy's home. And the same shit they're doing now with John Cena. Like, okay, John Cena wants to wrestle Brock Lesnar on his farewell tour. Cool. But boy, did you fucking say fuck Cody Rhodes. You said fuck Cody Rhodes. We got Brock Lesnar back.
Still.
Joe, you're muted just in case if you wanted to communicate with.
I was asking, how did he give him the title?
Because
not
the moment.
Cena. Yeah, the WWE. Go ahead, Ray.
It's the moment, bro. Like, what were people talking about this week? Brock
Lesnar.
And for the bad fucking reasons. Because it's fucking, why the fuck did Brock Lesnar show up? But the problem is, everyone's talking about it. And that's also what I was going to get to. The reason why I said why we had to get to the idea of, again, when we're there to push it, is because if you're talking about it, that's what they want. They want reactions. They want talking. They want what is going to create dollar signs. That's what. That's what.
The same thing with CM Punk.
With what? When Punk showed up at Survivor Series?
I didn't hear you. My bad.
So, with Seth Rollins cashing in Money Bang and Punk, that was storyline.
Oh, yeah,
people interested in the next phase. Brock was oh, y'all don't like Cody? Fuck that. Cody's champion, but look, we got Brock Lesnar back. And not for nothing. That happened right after Hogan died. And right after Triple H works for the motherfucker. I don't think that was the best timing in the world for all this shit. But then again, the thing about fans is that as long as you don't say stuff, the wrestling fans love you. You can hurt whoever you want. You can do horrible things to people. They love that shit. They support fucking rapists and pedophiles and killers. They can't support somebody having a private conversation. Like, that's why the WWE Unreal was so controversial. Not because they opened up the doors and they showed, the producer and how they produce a match. They showed that Rhea Ripley had a conversation with Damian Priest. And like, how dare they talk to each other? They're supposed to be completely silent and never have a fucking word said unless they're on a mic in front of the camera. Oh, and for the dumb motherfuckers, that's what's called sarcasm. What I'm saying is, you pieces of shit out there are fucking happy that Brock Lesnar's back after all the shit that he's done, but then you're gonna be mad at other people for talking. And it's not only Hogan; it's everyone else. And you want another example of that? Chris Benoit killed his whole fucking family. There's proof of it. There's proof of it. There's video. There's everything. He did it. Whether it was CTE or whatever, he did it. And you motherfuckers still can't not bring this motherfucker up when we talk about wrestling.
Yep.
We can talk about the Dynamite Kid and Bret Hart in a match they had in 1972, and you motherfuckers will bring up Chris Benoit. We talk about fucking Rey Mysterio winning the title, y'all bring that motherfucker up. So I don't want to hear shit about you don't like this person because of his beliefs when you're going to sit here and like someone because of their actions. There's a difference, you know. But go ahead. Now, but also, you same people who are over here not liking people because of their beliefs, but you don't care about their actions. You give a shit about their skin color. Because I don't know if you notice, but everybody's doing this whole Karrion Kross shit, right? Is he gone? Is he not gone? Karrion Kross is also Spanish, Puerto Rican.
Yep.
You don't see how the misuse of another Puerto Rican wrestler, but you don't have many. We don't have many representations, and it's not like Karrion Kross can't wrestle. It wasn't like Carlito couldn't wrestle. You did nothing with him.
That part. And they brought him back to do nothing with him.
And then you went outrageous over them getting rid of R-Truth. Why was that? Let's really think about why y'all was so pissed off that R-Truth was fired. Is because they took away your black clown? Is that what it was? They took away your black comedy relief? Because he came back as R Killings, and the only people that were hype about it were real fucking fans of this motherfucker. And I know this because he was Ron Killings for about 30 seconds in a promo. And then they turned him back into a fucking joke. To get his ass kicked by fucking Aleister Black. And just to be replaced by Damian Priest. So did you really give a shit about R-Truth? Or did you want your fucking singing monkey back? And that's not a racial fucking slur. That's the fucking... You're in a fucking circus. You wanted to be entertained by these motherfuckers.
So they could have ran with that. Hold on, let me turn on my alarm. My bad.
No, yeah.
They could have ran with that. Our Killings could have been a whole new character, like a killer. I don't play games. I'm not here to make you smile. He could have been a bad guy, bro. It could have.
That was the whole thing that they were building, bro. It felt like, oh, we have something going somewhere, and then we get nothing.
Yeah. So the reason why they brought back Brock Lesnar for him to not show up until September is because SummerSlam is the biggest event of the summer. Yeah. They wanted the most eyes for his return. That's what I didn't do the press conference after SummerSlam to convey new people going to ask Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Ace Austin signed with AEW. Yep.
He showed up for the Collision tapings, and then Tony Khan confirmed he signed. So congrats to Ace Austin.
Yeah, gave me a couple of questions. So whenever y'all got the space, let me know. I don't know. I don't know if y'all quiet.
But what question you got, Mike?
I totally forgot by explaining that I had a question.
Oh no! You said they could have ran with that with R-Truth coming back as Ron Killings.
No. I had a question about. You just reminded me though. Thank you. Karrion Kross, bro. Did you guys watch the interview where he actually broke it down? What happened with Halani?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was heartbreaking, bro.
Explain
All
it to
money
me,
said was, you really think I'm worth that? Can you explain it to me why? Because I'm on TV every day. Nah, we're not gonna explain it to you. What do you mean?
I'm gonna take it back.
Say that again.
All right, I didn't get to see it, so explain what happened.
So, bro, they really fucked him over, like really fucking bad, to the degree of they sent in the last, I think it was last week, they had sent him one offer. He asked because of how like late it was, and also asking, hey, so where's Scarlett's? Oh, we're gonna deal with you first, and then we'll work on hers. Basically bullshitting him, because it's like, so you're gonna work on my contract first, but not like we're a pair. But okay. To the degree of when he asked, so how'd you guys come up with this breakdown?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't really explain that. Like, I want to know how you came up with that. And then in 24 hours, they took back the offer.
It's either you
Just
sign
because
it
he
or you
asked.
don't rescind it.
Did he say the number of the offer?
I can't remember if he did or not. I don't believe.
I don't think he is, bro, because it's not gonna sound as I don't know how to explain it. Okay, they offered me 35 million. He's not worth 35 million. We know that, but it's gonna sound amazing. 35 million and you didn't take it, so it's even if he says a number, it's gonna take away from what the fuck they did. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, yeah. I think that's. I feel like it would be. It makes more sense not to bring up the number value, just the idea of that they offered something, but then could not explain why. Like break down what the breakdown of it all was and all that, and that's all he wanted. I don't even think it was a money thing. I think it was more of just break down how you came up with this contract.
Yeah, please. If I'm worth $1 million, and I'm not even saying I'm worth more. Like, you feel I'm worth $1 million? I thought I was killing it. Can you explain to me what am I doing that I'm worth $1 million, please? That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not gonna use you as much. You're not gonna be fighting as much. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'll sign it. I'm good. Now we know where we're going. But don't give me $2 million and say fuck you. Sign it. I'm not worth $2 million. I could get that. I could definitely get more in AEW. Funny thing is, in the interview, he said, I'm still at the table. I haven't left because they said he said WWE they rescinded his offer. He said even though they rescinded, like I'm still here. I don't want to go nowhere. I want to stay here at WWE, but I'm at the table and you're not giving me an offer. Like, what's the issue? I don't explain to me why I'm worth that, or offer me another offer.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is that what he explained, and this is the clip that kind of went like viral with it, because AEW didn't offer him. Companies have contacted him. AEW has not, because they believe, as many do, this is the work. And he even continuously had to say, this is not, like he said, this is not me as like Carrying Cross or Killer Cross. This is Kevin talking on the
I didn't
internet.
even know his name.
Like, he was trying to make sure people understood the idea of this isn't like him trying to put over a gimmick here. This isn't, oh, he's gonna shock everyone about, like, no, this is legit the situation that happened. And I feel like the fact that he brought up the contract and them rescinding the offer, yeah, that kind of tells me they fucked him over. Like, this doesn't tell me, oh yeah, he's probably gonna show up on Monday, because it's like, yeah, no.
Who has the power to rescind that? Because Triple H, as a fucking wrestler, should know what he has. And as a baseball player, you know when you see somebody playing baseball, I need to keep this kid. He knows how to play.
So, I think Nick Khan ultimately has that power, because I think he runs the WWE under TKO. But from I'm reading also while you guys are telling me that he was in contact with Triple H, but then someone put a point person in between them, which made their communication even more complicated.
Yeah, something tells me that point person was Nick Khan.
Yeah, it has to be somebody bigger.
So this is the thing now. Remember when everybody was like, "Oh, Vince McMahon runs WWE like a business. That's why he's just giving us bullshit, and he's just trying to make money. Like, he doesn't care about wrestling."
It's like the Cowboys.
Now we're seeing no one cares about wrestling. They just painted over a moldy wall.
Yeah.
And said they fixed it.
You know what's crazy? You know who really cared about wrestling? Because he's been in it all his life? The guy that we was fucking trying to kick out. That guy loves wrestling, bro. We can say he's a rapist, he do whatever he wants, but I'm not saying it's okay, but he's into his wrestling. It's been in his blood since his father.
I think he was into the money. I think he was into the money that it brought him. But at one point, I think the wrestling was gone from his heartstrings, you know?
There wasn't no money till the end, though.
The issue with because you're talking about Vince, right?
Correct.
So the issue with Vince is that he loves entertainment, and he uses wrestling to entertain. He didn't run his company like a wrestling business. He ran it like an entertainment business. And when they went public, his sole purpose in that business is to make profit for his investors. So any way he can make profit for his investors is how he's going to do it. Most of the time, it was because he didn't invest in the wrestlers enough to grow the company where you had future, because that's what wrestling does. He invested it into entertainment purposes. So when people weren't watching and the ratings were low, he just gave us the same shit, because it's like, why? They're going to watch anyway. But then when shit happens, that's when he invested in entertainers to entertain the company. So how do you make profit for your investors when income is low? Around the time where you need profitability, we're going to cut everybody. That's why you have 180 people a year being cut for no reason. And then the WWE, now they're in TKO, what they do is the same thing, but instead of for them cutting people, what they do is they don't extend their contract, because their contract was signed before TKO. So now he had that contract under the WWE before TKO, and TKO is going, listen, yeah, WWE gave you this contract because you did all this in NXT and you're on wrestling and all that other shit, but we don't see the value that you bring us as much as what they do. So let's say they do give him $2 million a year. They go, well, we see your value in this company as $800,000. And they go, all right, so explain to me how I'm only $800,000 worth of valuable to you. We don't watch the show. But our numbers say you're not pulling any audience in. And we can back that up because the last 3 weeks, we had you on TV every day. And your segments didn't do anything. This is how we can justify not paying you. And you know how I know this show? Because I've been done to they've done that to me. It's Star Toyota where I worked, at a window cleaning company I worked. They did it where I'm working now multiple times. Whenever you see someone starting to do shit with you, it's to prove the bullshit they're about to tell you. Remember, I can't communicate. I have a hard time communicating, so I have to work on my communication skills.
Your emails look good to me. Everything was getting done. You had to communicate all the time.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the par that they needed.
I didn't know there was a specific way to communicate.
I can't even run a podcast with my communication skills being so bad. So that's how business is run. Business is run by a bunch of people who don't know the business, and all they see is numbers. And when R-Truth was fired, it was because we don't see value in them. He got fired. People started an uproar. I'm pretty sure Triple H was like, yo, we can make this money. And they said, okay, let's make money. They made money for 2 weeks with Ron Killings. They got their little views. They got their 15 minutes of fame. And they put him right back where he started.
We made our money back. We good.
They put him right back where he started. And I guarantee you the next time they have cuts, he's going to be gone again. Because like I keep joking, every 2 weeks they cut Cross. But every time there's contract extension or a cut, he's always there. He's always fucking there. And this man was one of the biggest NXT champions you had in an era where NXT was all-stars.
Yep.
Forget that. He's consistently losing and looking good. I've never seen that. Like somebody imposing that lost. Like when you lose your aura.
Yo,
I haven't seen him lose that.
This guy could have been the person who made Jey Uso on the level of Cody Rhodes in the eyes of the business. Not in the eyes of the fans, in the eyes of the business. Jey Uso could have used him as that guy to feud with for a few months and put him over the edge.
That would have been a good
Because
Rock
he's
Stone Cold.
because his aura alone could be on the same level as Gunther. But they didn't properly utilize him. And now the WWE has this shit where everything is a work. And now people don't know what's a shoot or not. And they think that they're being smart, and people are trying to make this fake news and shit, and it's only hurting us. Everything is a work is only hurting us. Because you know what happens when everything is a work show? People come up with ideas better than what we're being shown.
I will say this, that it's the only thing that it's the funny thing about this situation. Well, it's not funny, but it's the fact that people believe this is still a work. And Karrion or Killer or Kevin has to continuously say it's not, shows you how much kayfabe is alive. As much as we say it's dead, and as much as Unreal tried to kill it too, the fact that there's still the question of what's real and what's not is technically a good thing.
Well, that's the thing. They give us so much that we already could tell.
No,
they say it themselves. We make everything.
But that's the problem, is that we think we know. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to actually know. And that's the best thing about it. That's why I said this is a good thing. The fact that, again, till last week or till Sunday, we didn't know that the Karrion Kross promo that he did on Sam Roberts was a work. Till Sunday, because Sunday is when the that video dropped that Kross put out about his contract ending. And him admitting that was a work. He was told they were going in an angle, so that's why he did that promo. That is what you're supposed to do. You blur that line so much that, again, it creates the conversation. It makes us now want to talk about it, because now we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like the fact of him throwing that out there. Oh, they put my contract numbers out there. They put this, they did this. It makes us talk, because we all talked about it that Monday. Because we all wondered, what the is he gone? Are they going to sign him? Is this a work? Is this a shoot? And that's the best part. It makes us talk. And right now, it's a situation of, again, he put out his booking email. As of right now, they confirmed like a good 6-7 convention he's doing. They still haven't announced one match yet. So that makes people think, well, if he shows up at TNA, this has to be a work, because TNA and WWE are so close knit at the moment. Especially now that the rumor of one of the guys that works under TKO wants to purchase TNA. So that would just put it under the same banner again. But like if he showed up in AAA as well, that is now a WWE company.
Yeah.
So it's a situation.
That sucks.
So it's everyone expects, oh, if he shows up here, it's a work. If he shows up here, it's a work.
That sucks, Ray. You just put me on to saying it's such a monopoly that we could screw our wrestlers so bad that we know they're not going to be able to run off nowhere. Because as Karrion Kross, and I'm saying you could offer me $500,000, and I could say I'm not worth that, and they could say, all right, go get it somewhere else, because we in the big leagues here. Where I'm gonna go? I can't go to AAA. I can't go to TNA. AEW is gonna. I'm just gonna go there and be another Miro. And Miro wasn't bad as a TNA champ, but it really didn't do nothing for his career, obviously, because he came back and it's like he's not Cody Rhodes. The only person that's been to AEW and did something for his career is Cody Rhodes. So
and he had to make
I have no options. I had to sit at this table.
He had to make AEW for it to do something for his career.
True. Like I have no options. What would you do as Karrion Kross? Go do the Mercedes Monet? Go to Japan?
Well, there's plenty of independent companies that would afford to pay him.
Yeah.
He would just have to travel a lot.
Yeah, but I also want to be seen by WWE.
There's Hog, there's GCW, there's help me out, right?
I don't know. There's this little company that has a show on November 14th.
Yeah.
Ooh, respect.
But there's no escape. There's no escape for that one.
I gave you the email. You better call him.
Bro, trust me. You know how many people asked if I did contact? And it's like, gotta see what happens.
You never know. Shit, give me $1,000. I'll be there.
But it's one of those situations, man, where he's not gonna have an issue finding employment. Like that is without a doubt, he will find employment very soon. If it's AEW, if it's New Japan, if it's All Japan, if it's going to the UK, if it's working the independents, which definitely is going to be working the independents because a lot of companies are going to want to book him. Like I without a doubt, he'll be showing up in Rev Pro. I'm not Rev Pro. Future Stars of Wrestling, FSW. That is his home promotion in Vegas. Like he worked there earlier this May because they did a benefit show for Chris Bay. That he did that, and a lot of guys that were under contract did that show. So that's a place he definitely will be showing up soon. Like Toe mentioned, GCW, I don't see them not hitting him up very soon. Especially if they do another like Bloodsport. Like he killed it the last time. And it's funny because someone brought up the last time when he was independent still and he did Bloodsport. This motherfucker called out Dave Bautista. Now that he's again a free agent, I don't see him not being like, "Hey Dave, I still want that fight."
What's that? I had something I wanted to tell you about Karrion Kross. Go ahead. I'm thinking about what I'm rephrasing what I wanted to say. I hate when that happens.
And if you think about it, like, what other wrestlers go through shit like this? Like recently, we haven't seen this type of shit happen.
You reminded me of a question. That was my question. How do I become Drew McIntyre as Karrion Kross? Because Drew McIntyre went through that. And he went down and fucking tore it up till WWE watched him and said, "Yo,
Drew McIntyre became a Vince McMahon wrestler. No fault to him. He went, put on about 30 pounds of muscle, and fucking started wrestling as a big fucking guy, and they saw value in how big he was.
Bro,
same thing as Jinder Mahal.
Kross already did it. Remember, Kross was fired. He went back to the Indies, fucking stole the show again, and then they brought him back. So it's like, at this point, and he will end up back on the independents. It's a thing of, I feel like he's better off on other markets right now. Doing the Indies, doing New Japan, doing ROH, AEW. And that's the thing that sucks, that I feel like TNA would have took him in like nothing, bro. And it's like now it's like it's not an option because it's a thing of, well, TNA is just another WWE company. Like,
yeah.
But an AEW, I don't see them not hitting him up soon. Like, hey, Ace Austin just got picked up, which is funny because the rumor was Ace was going to the E. But hey, congrats to Ace Austin. He's gonna be doing big things there. It's gonna be dope to see. Like,
do you turn into a Kenny Omega after this?
Oh,
I'm gonna go blow up again in the fucking small downtown or wherever the fuck I'm gonna go. I'm gonna blow up again because I've done it before and I'm good. I know I'm good. When you call me, I'm gonna send you to hell. Don't call me. Ever. I think that's how Kenny sounds. I don't know if I'm correct, but I've heard him say that. I'm not gonna go over there.
Well, yeah, because remember when he was finally released from his New Japan contract, people expected, oh, is Kenny actually going to go to the E? And then AEW became an option. Like, it's one of those where he could easily again reinvent himself. Which, bro, his promos, I can't wait. I can't wait for him to be able to be on the independents and really grit his teeth with promos. And that's one of the reasons I want to work with him, because I can only imagine the ideas that are going to go through his fucking head right now of how to put this out, do this. Like the visuals, bro. His promos are like movies. I don't know if you've seen the show. Like when you get a chance, look up Killer Cross promos and just see the amount of work he actually puts into these promos. That it's like it's why his character works so well. And it's like that's why I was thinking about with if we were to bring him into Respect, the way I would want to bring him into Respect. That's like there's little things that it's like, this could probably work. Because we could do it like this and we could do it like this. Also, I don't know why I somehow lost my voice as we're doing the podcast.
I was gonna say,
no, yeah, I don't know
you
how.
got that smoker's voice,
bro. I don't know how. Somehow my voice just became very. I'm catching it myself, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to my voice?
You got that. He got the promoter voice coming on.
But I don't know why my voice is like this right now. This is weird, but it is what it is.
Ray got that fucking, Killer Cross.
Ray,
in Respect. He's cutting a promo on us, Joe.
I'm cutting a promo this whole time. But no, with Cross, yeah, it's not a hard sell, like just announcing him. Big Event did it earlier. He's going to be at the Big Event in November, which happens to be the next day after Respect. So he's already going to be in town.
There you go.
But when it comes to again, Cross, the presentation of it, it's not really hard to sell it. It's not really hard to show why he can do what he does. And then the in-ring speaks for itself. Like his in-ring is fucking there. As much as people are trying to say he doesn't bump for some reason. He bumps. Like that shit was just like, oh, now we're just reaching here. That's like, oh, he doesn't bump.
I would just bullshit everybody.
I got an idea for you, Ray. We gonna do the same thing we did the last time with Darius Carter. I know this ain't gonna go together, but fuck it. He gonna come out there. He's gonna be tight. You don't got another fucking opponent for me. Let him do his promo like he did, because he killed it. And then who's in the back? And then carrying Cross. Dun, dun, dun.
Yo, you got to use that music though. Dun, dun, dun. No other music can work, but dun, dun, dun. That's it.
Dun, 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 dun.
No one can wrestle me. Dun, dun, dun. And then it goes, what's that? And it's just quiet. And he just comes out, screaming the whole entrance.
Word.
And this is where you have like a 35-foot long entrance, Ray. And he's just screaming.
You got the pyro, Ray.
Dun dun dun. That's it. That's.
Ray's thinking. You see, he's not smiling. Oh shit, that's a good idea. Let me call Darius right now.
Well, Darius already has, or might have. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Darius might already have an opponent for.
I can tell what you're trying to say. You don't know if you're ready to say it. I get you. I don't know. It's not official.
It might not be. It might be. I don't know.
I know, Ray. I know what you're saying.
So I don't know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. You don't know if you're ready to announce that fight. You don't know if it's legit yet.
Nah.
What happened last
Darius's
time?
match might not be. No, it's confirmed, but it's not ready to be announced yet, just because we haven't announced anything. We haven't announced who's going to be at the show. We haven't announced any of that. If you want to know who's going to be,
I know when you're ready. Hey, we here.
If you want to know who's going to be at Respect on shit, I was about to say July 19th again. If you want to know who's going to be at No Escape on November 14th, you have to stay tuned to all of our social media. Is going to be starting on Monday, at 7 p.m. we'll be announcing who's going to be at No Escape. We'll be doing one announcement like we used to. It's going to be every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll all start with dun dun dun, and there you go. That's going to be starting Monday at 7 p.m. And then
if you don't hear a dun dun dun, it's not real.
Nah, he's not here.
But there you go.
He didn't do it.
You lied to me, Ray.
Oh, you're gonna hear dun dun dun. It's Sting.
Hey, I'll take that too. Or the Hardy Boys. Fuck it.
Shit. Nah, the Hardy Boys aren't dun dun dun. The Hardy Boys are more like and no wait, that's Sting. There you go.
Yeah.
But all right, going back to it, because listen, Karrion Kross is a Puerto Rican wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, race may be a factor here, unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? But going back to MVP having disappointment with AEW, MVP feels Bobby Lashley was brought into AEW to be a single star, but has primarily been used as a tag team wrestler with Shelton Benjamin. MVP has spoken about how he and Lashley had a storyline in WWE that was abruptly ended with a breakup, and he feels it's still unfinished business there that they could have taken advantage of. MVP's desire for Lashley to be a single star, public stated. Yeah, so like, I think these are valid things for Bobby Lashley to be for MVP to be disappointed with how AEW uses Bobby Lashley, and even the fact that if he is going to be a tag team champion with Shelton Benjamin, that should have been major. Like that should have been a major thing that they're tag team champion.
Very.
That felt like it was under the rug. That felt like, where can we insert a white guy? Okay, let's put fucking EC3 in this motherfucker. What's his name?
Fuck. What was it?
MJF.
Sorry.
MJF. There you go.
I'm mad that I was like EC3. What the fuck are we talking?
Yeah, MJF, EC3, same shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like how because the first thing they did with the Hurt Syndicate was they beat up the other black folk.
Yeah.
They told Ricochet to fuck off again. And then let's get a white man involved. And how does the white man get involved? He buys him a car. He gives them women. It's like, oh, so we're just going to stereotype the fuck out of Bobby Lashley again. We're going to do what they did in WWE. Bobby Lashley took Lana from Rusev. He became a fucking rich man with MVP. He got nice cars and all that other shit. Like, what is the fuck? Like, are you serious? Is TNA the only people that can realize his fucking potential? Because I was telling Show before you got here, Bobby Lashley was World Breaker Hulk in TNA.
Yeah. Bro, he won every title at one point. Like, he legit was winning titles. He was main event level status. I also want to say that was Scott D'Amore, though. Because Scott D'Amore sees talent in a lot of good people. But, like, and that's why you see how Scott D'Amore is doing Maple Leaf. Because Maple Leaf has been doing amazing things in Canada. Which is funny because, look, Maple Leaf was using Ace Austin a lot. AEW picks him up. Which, bro, I'm so mad.
Yo, we're still waiting for our first ever African American respect champion, right?
We just had one champion. We've had one champion in each the division,
and they couldn't be Puerto Rican.
There was none available. Everyone else was taken. Remember?
Yeah,
barely had
in the contract negotiations with WWE and the catering with AEW.
Everyone was taken.
AEW buys extra food to keep them there.
Shit, everyone was taken from me. Like,
there's a 3-plate minimum in AEW catering.
Oh shit! I tried, man. I tried, but no.
We gotta end racism and respect.
What racism is happening at Respect? We are owned by a fucking Latino. What the fuck?
All of a sudden, Ray?
What do you mean?
I didn't see no fucking Latino flags around.
You
didn't have the Latino World Order.
I didn't
Fucking
want
national anthem. Where's the Filthy Animals songs playing, huh? I heard rock. There was plenty of rock.
There was.
I didn't hear no fucking freestyle there, right?
Hey, they had Bad Bunny playing at one point. I know
Shit.
Bad Bunny was playing.
Bad Bunny. Everybody loves Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's white at this point. He was in Happy Gilmore.
You what?
And even then he played a fucking immigrant, which is crazy. Like, I would just like to mention this.
Yo.
And I don't know if you know this, Ray. I don't know if the president's ever said this or not. But not every single Hispanic in this country is a fucking illegal immigrant that doesn't know English. Not every single one of them. Surprise, motherfuckers. I'm one of them. Surprise. Ray's another one of them. She shows another one of them.
That part.
Shit, man. Why is it that all Hispanic people have to be fucking immigrants?
But because we technically are, no, but that's the thing. Technically, yes, all Latinos are immigrants at one point. The problem is that they just view us as it's stereotypically just one.
Yeah, but you gotta go back generations to find my immigration.
Well, mine not so much.
My immigrant. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing, right? It's like, not, we fought in every fucking war in this country.
True, but it's also just, again, it's not even, that's not the problem. The problem is that it's usually stereotypically just the one. When you view Latinos, you don't say Latinos, you look at us as we're
all the Italians, Irish, and all those other Eastern countries, they just moleculed here. The comments came and they showed up.
No, but like when it comes to Latinos, it's always, well, somehow they're Mexican. And it's like, no, there's a lot of different kinds of Latinos and Hispanics. We are very much, there's a multitude. There's a lot of where you could go from.
Now you want to use big words. You see this?
Just trying to explain the situation.
Multitude.
Not the correct word. Like, I'm just saying, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of different kinds of Latinos when it comes from Puerto Ricans.
There's a multitude of us.
Dominicans.
There's a plethora.
There you go, plethora. I think that's the actual proper word, but I said multitude. Even though I think that works in this situation.
No, I think it sounds right.
But like, there's again different. There's Colombians, fucking Cubans, fucking Argentinians, trying to not Spaniards. Well, that's the creme de la creme of it all. But it's again, there's a lot to it, but it's again, this is how we're still put somehow. That's like, nope, end all be all somehow.
My bad. I saw there was a comment on Facebook that didn't pop up on Restream. I don't know why, but let me just fly back to him. Yeah. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, man, and it's like Ray told wise good.
Yo,
is that what that is?
I hope that's what that is.
I hope so too. Going on fart liquor, fart tickler. You tickle farts. You know what? You do you, boo. But yeah, but it's funny because people could argue that AEW doesn't know how to write for WWE wrestlers.
Yeah,
because I don't think they know how to write for any talent. And when they try to come up with an idea, it's something that you've already seen before. And like, let's say the Jon Moxley storyline. He came in, we're gonna change this shit, and everybody was assuming that Shane was gonna come in. If that was the case, then shame on AEW for putting together a storyline before they put in concrete that Shane McMahon was gonna be a part of it. because they didn't pivot. They just kept going, and they said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna keep going with it and not do nothing." And when you go with a storyline, not do nothing, that's when people get bored really quick. Sad you ain't remember your buddy old pal. Listen, man, if you're gonna tickle my farts, I'm not gonna feel them because they'll already be gone. That's for the world now. Almost been 2 years. Well, listen, Blair, you didn't have fart tickler.
Yeah, wait, what the
Back
fuck?
in the day, Blair. We remember Blair. We don't remember fart tickler. Shit, looks like you got back together with your boyfriend, huh? Just playing with you. Just playing you.
Also, Blair, what's the
Hey, listen,
that
you
from
gotta be a freak nowadays.
I'm just saying the image also looks. I feel like that's from that movie.
Frozen.
That either it's Frozen or from that K-pop Demon Hunters movie.
Probably. I don't know.
Going crazy about.
I saw it. I was like, I didn't know Korean pop bands are gonna kill demons.
Yo, it's a good movie.
But I'm good.
I will say give it a watch if you into anime.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, it is. There you go.
Hey, Ray knows all about K-pop.
It's a good movie. I watched it before it got popular. Same. I watched it because of my cousins, and then now it's like, bro, it's everywhere to the point that they're giving it a theater release.
Yeah,
and we're going to see. And my cousins got tickets. We're gonna go see it next week.
So you're not gonna be in the sports show.
It's next Sunday. So
all right.
I think we do a podcast on Sunday.
So you're not gonna be a part of the new Toe in the Show.
Yeah, I won't be on the Toe in the Show Sunday, sir.
Oh, you told us you was 47.
Damn, Blair.
Listen,
I believed you. I thought you were that close to being 50. That's crazy.
Word.
Why'd you lie? We bought you the birthday candles and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now how hard it is to get 48 candles? That's crazy.
So good.
We bought individually.
Word.
48 candles too.
Word. Your vibe said 47.
Also, Blair, I don't remember if you even told us an age. That's what. But bro, I'll be graduating a year early from high school this year. Hopefully. Wait,
nice.
Yo, why are so many young people watching the podcast? Yeah,
because
how do we get in y'all's like For You pages or like? Okay,
dude, you know what it is?
Yeah,
they see us, they're like, "Yo, these old motherfuckers are pretty cool," and then we're talking about some shit, and they're like, "Something, you're right. I wish more people said what you said, and not knowing our generation actually said shit like this because we didn't have social media."
That part.
Yeah. Social media back in the day would have been a bunch of sports fans going, "Fuck you, Jordan. You keep beating my Knicks." We got good humor. Hey, appreciate that.
We try.
Hold up, gotta let my dogs in. All right, go do your thing. Go let Lukey and Dookie in. What movie is that from, Ray? Quick.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
What is it?
Bad Boys. Got Lukey and Dookie shitting all over the place.
My bad.
Because a black cop, now you just throwing shit out there, huh? No wonder there's no black champions in respect. Nah,
you know what I thought about? The fucking, I don't know why I thought those were the fake names he gave when he fucking took the pills.
Oh, that's Monique and Unique.
Oh, I don't know why I fucking thought those are the names he gave. I'm like,
I got twin daughters. What the fuck am I gonna do with $10?
Monique.
I can buy them new sneakers, $5 a shoe.
Yo. Fucking just. Oh.
I almost fucked that up. Yo, bro, there was get together with all the new doctors.
Yeah.
Right, they were taking a group picture or some shit because it was white coat day, so they were handing their white coat ceremony.
Oh, nice.
And I was walking through them with Alex, and I was this close to just yelling, "All right, everybody, we all gotta go home because Victor Maitland fucked it up for everybody." He fucked it up for everybody. He's selling drugs and he's killing people. And this man over here farted, and we can all smell it. We all gotta go home. They fucked it up for everybody. Thank Victor Maitland on the way out, and thank your waiters. One girl actually started laughing when I said that, but then everybody else was white, so they didn't understand. But I was I was about to be like, fucking, they fucked it up for everybody.
Oh god, that's great.
What's the Discord? Shit,
we haven't used Discord in a minute.
Yeah, we got a Discord. We haven't used. Yo, this is how I know that social media is bullshit. You need 75,000 things to be good on social media. You get all that shit, and none of it like, you need a team to fucking invite friends. Copy link, right? I think that's how we do it. And I just put it in the fucking. I'm gonna put it in the Twitter. Okay, now I gotta. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the YouTube chat. Then I'm gonna copy it and then I'm gonna paste it in Twitter. Okay. Getting too old for this shit, Blair. That is your real name. Like giving us. I don't like words either. You gotta, because you sound them out, and they don't sound the way they're spelled. Good. We don't want to know the real shit. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until MTV making the band to realize the real shit. You think you know? You don't know.
You never know.
All right, so going back to Bobby Lashley and thing. Like, they did that shit with Moxley, right? And no one cared. What's your thoughts on this whole Naomi thing? The kayfabe or legit? Damien, welcome. We're gonna get to that in a bit. You got 5 dogs? Jesus, shit. You got Lukey, Dookie, Bookie, and Chuki, and Maluki. All right, anyway. So they do that whole shit with Moxie, and it's a year, bro. They force that shit down our throat. No one likes it. It doesn't go nowhere. Everything is bored. But the minute fucking Swerve Strickland gets hot, they get rid of what's going on, DJ? Woo! The minute Swerve Strickland gets hot, they send him to go fight Samoa Joe. And then he loses his title to Moxley, right? Who the fuck he lost his title to? Was it Moxley?
I think it was Moxley.
Yeah, and then he doesn't get much of a run after that. But what we're talking about now, DJ, is MVP's frustration with Bobby Lashley, and I'm thinking there's a racial undertow that's in wrestling that prevents minorities from them trying to at least have minorities fucking go over. Because the only evidence I have with AEW is Swerve Strickland, AEW champion, I would argue was the best time to watch AEW, and he was champion for a couple months, and now Moxie was holding the title for almost a fucking year with doing shit.
In a suitcase.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in a suitcase and busting himself open with dry spaghetti and
and then another white man beats him for it. Another white man that we didn't want as champion is the champion now.
Oh man. What up, particular? So I've been here for a minute, so
a couple years ago she used to watch us. Yeah, just because he's black doesn't mean he replaced show.
Yeah, like
we don't do that here.
The racial, so this is the race show, I guess, tonight.
Word.
No, this has been so this conversation I've been seeing it for a minute. With the the people of color and titles and wrestling and on both sides, on AEW and WWE, and it's kind of tough because you got to go both. You got to think about the whole thing, everybody can't be on top at the same time. Like somebody, it's only a good 2 or 3 people that are in it for the world title. Everybody else has got another storyline, right?
Yeah.
What is it about Bobby Lashley? It's like Bobby Lashley in particular. It seems like almost everywhere he goes, it's like he gets to touch the world title for a minute. But it's like, all right, but then that's good. Now come do this over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't know what it is about Bobby that like he seems to always get the short in there, even though like I mean the man looks like an action figure.
Yeah. He looks like if you put Brock Lesnar with Austin's fucking head and paint them black. You know? Like that's the figure we're getting.
If Brock Lesnar shaved his head and was all the way like put the ponytail and all, and he stayed too long in the tanning bed.
Word. Their final destination his ass in the tanning bed.
And then sends his eyebrows and everything. And
word. But it's crazy because like TNA seemed like the only place that actually got Bobby Lashley correct. Because he was like World Breaker Lashley in TNA. He held all the titles. He was fucking everybody up.
He was.
You know, and the people that challenged him, like they had to put in work to beat him.
They did. Like it was an undertaking to try to like, you know, kind of like beating Roman Reigns. Like you had to have everybody. It was all hands on deck just to beat Roman Reigns. So it was the same thing with Bobby and TNA. I agree with that. It's hard to say, man. Like it's like because it kind of goes, you know, sometimes that pendulum, like I can remember when like say we had the Street Profits World Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair the world champion, and so on. Like you know, there was like a, you know, for a minute there was like a black rush. Like everybody, all the black people had titles. And
pandemic.
And then all of a sudden, like, okay, then there's a drought. And then, okay, now every now and then, every other title, you'll have somebody of color with a title.
You know what's funny? Because I was telling, so Show asked before, like, who would have been a black champion? Because he asked me, he's like, does The Rock count? And I say no, because he's more Samoan in wrestling than anything. But like, who would have been a black champion back in the day? So I'm sitting there going, when Farouk came to WWE in 96 or 95 or whatever, that would have been a good time for him to be champion. Him in the Nation of Domination would have been a good time for him to be champion. I think the way that they fucking use fucking Logan Paul and all these other people that can't do stuff, but they hide it because everybody makes them look better. They could have did the same shit with Shelton Benjamin. He could have been world champion. Shelton Benjamin is a phenomenal fucking wrestler that has athleticism out the asshole. You had Bobby Lashley, Big E as world champion during the pandemic, and they both lose to Brock Lesnar. Kofi Kingston's the world champion. He wrestles Bryan Danielson, and his whole entire wrestling run was, you didn't deserve this. Rey Mysterio wins the title because Eddie Guerrero dies. And I was telling Ray, it's like, Ray thinks that that's a problem because we didn't support Ray as champion. But the thing is, it's like, yo, we're acknowledging he's champion, but we're also saying, bro, you would have never gave Rey Mysterio this championship if Eddie didn't die. We would have still had to been begging and pleading for you. Why did we have to sacrifice one of our own for him to be champion? There's always a caveat somewhere where we're champion. You know? And if you go to the women's division, it's almost like the women's division, even though they have lineage with Mae Young and Mueller and Sherry and all that, this is kind of new. So when you have Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, Bianca Belair, and all these other people being champion, it's almost like, well, this is a new division. There's no historical, only white people could do it. Like, men don't see the race in these women as much as they see the race in the men for some reason. Because it's like, we're seeing the women, it's like, oh, these women are phenomenal and they're sexy as fuck. So it's like, you know, why not let them be champion? You know what I'm saying? But then you have someone like Bobby Lashley who could have been a fucking real champion with the Hurt Business on Raw.
Right.
But he was just used for Seth Rollins and for Brock Lesnar.
So first, like, just real quick, going back to The Rock. Like, I think,
Yeah.
So my take on The Rock is he's Tiger Woods. So
yeah.
He's Tiger Woods. Okay, so if you thought Tiger Woods was the first black master champion, then you have to like The Rock's dad looks like me. He's fucking black. He's a black man. He's not Samoan. Okay, the Tiger's mom is not black. Okay, so he's black, dog. Like there's like he was a black champion.
No, I get it.
If he got pulled,
in the eyes of wrestling,
when Dwayne Johnson, before he got to WWE, when he got pulled over.
No. Listen, I get it. But the thing is, it's like, yo, yes, but he's like, oh. Yeah, he's a black champion, but look at all the Samoan shit out. Like, everything about this motherfucker Samoan, except for his last name. You know Johnson, like it's one of those people that you see in school, like, oh, this motherfucker Samoan, and then you see his father's like, what? You black? Like, yeah. When my father's around,
yeah.
You Dominican?
Like, don't tell my girl because she don't fuck black people, but I'm Samoan around her.
I'm Samoan around her.
Yeah, you know
funny.
What I'm saying?
but going back to everything else though, it would be nice, like you said, just to have. Can we have some dominance for a minute? Like just for a minute. Can we have a dude hold it for a year? That's a person of color. All right. That Brock Lesnar doesn't get to come and just right when he feels like it, he just gets to come and squash whoever champion is. Come on, man.
Yep. Yeah, because if you think about it, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you got it.
Cody Rhodes comes in, he gets the Avengers, he wins the title.
Mm-hmm.
Around the same time, Damian Priest champion. Damian Priest's title run is a little bit more interesting than Cody's run.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Priest loses it, and then he never gets another shot. He gets switched to another brand and becomes, I'm going to fill in for R-Truth, because apparently R-Truth's 15 minutes of fame is up with the Ron Killen shit, is now seen as good. So we're going to take R-Truth out of the picture. But Cody instantly loses the title, and then they put him back in for SummerSlam. Like, he wins the title at WrestleMania and then wins the title at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And your run was worse. But the Spanish man, all right, we got our fix.
We got our fix.
This is the what is that? When you hire someone because of their race.
The DEI.
Yeah, the fucking. But what is it? This is the affirmative action of our champions right now. We got it. We're good for another 8 months before we got to get another one in there. You know what I'm saying?
But I think, one thing about the current NXT roster is we got some brothers that you're not going to be able to deny in a few years.
We hope,
especially at because you're going to have folks start to age out as well. And then these are the young bucks, and then it takes a few years, and then now you have this, just remember, just think, we were blink of an eye, and we were in NXT Black and Gold, right? And then look at the people that are on the top of the card now, right? So that's how this works. So those guys at some point are going to be at the top of the card. And then so you got guys like Obafemi, who he's got charisma, he's got the entrance, he's got the thing that people do while he's talking, because we talked about that. This is now, especially in modern wrestling, you have to have all of that. You have to have you have to have some crowd participation to be over. That's just how it goes. So that's one guy I have an eye on that I think in the future is going to be a monster.
Hopefully, if Randy Orton or Sheamus Rusev doesn't get their hands on him. Because if he's gonna wrestle Sheamus, that's gonna be a 12-month thing. And then Sheamus is gonna go on wrestling somebody else, and Oba Family's gonna have to figure out some new shit. And you better hope they throw Brock Lesnar in jail when Oba Femi gets big, because he's gonna come out at 60 years old, rollick his shit, steroid up. I'm gonna fucking F5 Oba Femi. He's drunk and shit. I'm gonna fucking F5 him. People gonna yo, he's not even hired. Fuck, I don't care. He just goes out there and F5s him.
His daughter's gonna be out there.
Dude, we had so many people. Like Booker T, WrestleMania, fucking, what was it, 17?
That was a travesty.
With Triple H and shit like that.
Yeah,
like
that was a travesty.
Booker T was the perfect fucking candidate to have all that.
Well, especially
the spinneroonie, the charisma, the wrestling ability,
and then that. For Triple H, I thought he was going to win for sure when the way Triple H was talking. It's like, okay, so they're going this is their way of saying, okay, they're making him a super heel, so that when the babyface wins, he gets even a bigger explosion when he wins. And then for him to lose, I was like, wait, what? I think I stopped watching for a little while after that.
Yeah. And the shit with Ricochet, the whole tag team division is a fucking travesty. But the shit that you got with Montez Ford and Dawkins, the Street Profits alone are one hell of a fucking tag team, but they're just being treated like fucking jokes. They came back as heels, and then they turn into jokes because they don't know how to do anything with them. But DIY is there every week. Fucking the Soda City Machine, Motor City Machine Guns. They're there every fucking week. Like, and not saying that they're not good tag teams, but when you actually have the Profits, which their charisma is out off the charts, I would also argue against the New Day that they're one of the greatest tag teams that are still together right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Nothing. You sacrifice them every chance you got. You sacrifice the tag team division every chance you got. You had Ricochet in this business, and you say he can't talk. You never gave him opportunity to talk. You never gave him a character to talk. You never gave him anything to talk about, right? But then he's just athletic. He's just as athletic, or even more athletic than Logan Paul. But Logan Paul is always in a situation to talk. He's always with someone to help him.
I don't think he talks very well either.
Yeah, he doesn't talk. But this motherfucker has fans on YouTube, and he pays for ring fucking promos or whatever fuck. So they give him everything he wants, and they try to make him look good. Yep. And my argument is, if Ricochet was that bad, and you can do all this with a celebrity, you must have not given a shit about Ricochet. Because I'm telling you, someone could have helped Ricochet develop the character he is now in AEW to be even a bigger fucking character in WWE. The character he has now in AEW, I don't know what it is, but I can see something like that polished as an Intercontinental United States Championship level main bad guy, or as one of those, wrestling's starting to mellow out, we need something a little different, hit him with the Ricochet. Let Ricochet get in that world title picture. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to be he's trying to be Morris Day, and as a wrestler, he's like, oh, what? Like, okay, we had somebody be Prince as a wrestler. What if somebody was Morris Day as a wrestler?
Yeah,
and it doesn't, like you said, so it turns into a comedy. It turns into comedy, basically. It's not, you're not being taken seriously.
Yeah.
Whereas, again, like I agree with you, like that Ricochet that won the US title, for example, that was your character right there. And for the, like you're saying, for the folks that said he can't talk, well, how do you know that? Like, so I still don't think he's really been given, like some kind of situation where he needs to give like a passionate promo.
Yeah.
For what? What situation did he ever have to be passionate about? So I think that's yet the jury stood out for me to say, oh, he just can't talk. And then, like you said, he's exactly like, he can do probably even like, he's a better Logan Paul is what he is.
Yeah. In the ring. Yeah. With more experience.
More experience. So So it's just a shame that, you know, because some folks, I think, again, went to AEW because they thought, well, I had this idea and they didn't want to do this idea, so I'm gonna go over here where they let you do whatever you want,
And then they
and
don't help you with what you.
yeah, so it's kind
do.
of a, you know, it's kind of a balance,
Double-edged sword.
because then they don't have the production, you know, to really. You might have a great idea, but to me, their production value doesn't make anybody like a big star, even with a great, you know, like right now, if you took Tony Storm, right now, Tony Storm can go into a mall, a random mall, and about 6 people know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and they might recognize her as Tony Storm from WWE.
Maybe that might happen, but that shouldn't be like as big as good as she's doing right now. That should not be. She should be.
Yeah. And,
you know, that should be like, oh damn, you know.
And Mercedes Moné is so popular because of Sasha Banks and how she promotes herself.
Right.
She turned herself into a business.
Right.
But going off of what you're saying, Tony Storm, this same Tony Storm in WWE, we would have been saying right now is the greatest women's wrestler we've ever seen. Those would have been the words out of some people's mouths because of their production value and the way they fucking blow smoke up their ass of the wrestlers. Because of, you know, if she takes this character WWE and they take it serious, she would have been one of the biggest wrestlers there. Because look what they did with Rhea. All they did with Rhea was say, "Look, guys, she's available. She's possibly fuckable." Because that's when they put her with Dominic. Everybody had the undertone. No, they're boyfriend and girlfriend. You're saying Dominic could fuck? That means I could fuck. You did the same shit with Liv. Everybody's like, "Oh, so it's possible that we could fuck Liv." You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happened. And now all these girls are everybody's. I'm not saying they're sex symbols, but it's like, oh, these girls are obtainable now. That's why you got stalkers and all those other motherfuckers now. But now they become these like, wait a minute, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, shit. That's why most of these girls are so popular.
And I mean, just basic psychology, like when you're working in a form of media that is to get human connection, and again, psychologically, they're not wearing a whole lot. They're not wearing a whole lot of clothes. And your job is to get a psychological connection with the audience. Like that's going to play a role here. So, and then unfortunately, like you said, like there are some folks that they need help. They need psychological help, and we don't have those facilities in our country right now. So I'm trying to be nice here. And then you know, and then now these ladies need bodyguards and like and everything. Like you need cameras all around your house. I think it should be illegal to have like, you know, there's like the whole thing where I can just look up somebody and see who's on the deed of a house.
Yeah.
For example, I think that should not be. Like
you have a right to privacy.
Yeah, that's come on.
Yeah. But you know that's not unheard of outside of wrestling also, because like, you know how many people walk up to these fucking, you know, telenovela stars or soap opera stars, like, I hate what you did to Karen on Friday, you son of a bitch, and they start like attacking them and shit.
Yeah,
like my mom worked like 55th Street, and she would see like the Days of Our Lives, Ryan, and all those fucking people. And like one time she went out to like, I fucking hate what you did with this person. And he's like, it's just a show. She goes, I know, but I hate what the fuck you did.
I know, but
you know, and it's like she had enough sense to know it was fake, but she still told him off. But it's like there's some people that just take that shit real personal.
No, there's like, if you ever in LA, if you ever go to the Grove is right across the street from CBS. So like you said, like, so all those daytime dramas and everything, so they go over there for lunch. Like there's some some restaurants there with lunch specials. So you'll see them. You'll see the soap opera people go to just trying to eat lunch, and damn it, I saw that. You should never.
What you did to Ryan was fucked up, bitch.
Oh man,
You're a whore. You're a whore.
Yeah. Oh man, so yeah, it's 100% true. Some people just can't help themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the territory days, people throwing batteries and slashing tires and
trying to kill motherfuckers.
Yeah. When you're a heel, you have to be careful.
Word. Yeah. But it want to raise, going back to the racial thing, want to raise reasonings is that when they become champion, there's a lot of hate. All of a sudden for them being champion. And I'm like, is there all of a sudden hate that they're champion, or is it just that is the only thing they focus on? You know what I'm saying? Because I think people aren't just gonna magically hate Bobby Lashley for being black and a champion. Pretty sure that hate was there. You just didn't notice it until he became champion, and then you magnified it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But then that overshadows all the good shit that they did. Like, how many fucking people enjoyed Kofi as champion? I personally, when Kofi was champion, Bobby Lashley was champion, Big E was champion, Ray, I fucking loved it. It was one of those, like, finally, let's take our step forward. I think like that was the consensus of wrestling, especially when Big E won the title. Right. Like, now we had like Big E's champion. He represents us. Like we're definitely changing. Everything is definitely changing now. And they say, "Yep," they changed it right back into Brock Lesnar's hands. And Brock Lesnar walked out there drunk as fuck.
Damn it!
As
soon as you hear that music, damn.
Yep. It's like, yo, it's like we're reading the first, second draft of a story. Like, yo, this shit is dope. And the producers of the movie business is like, nope, Brock Lesnar. And they just erase the most important parts of the plot and throw in a woman in a love story. Like, this is fucking Blue Beetle. He's an alien from outer space. We don't need a love story. Throw out a fucking love story. It's like, all right, he's in love with a star.
Everybody loves love stories.
Yeah, he's in love with a star, and he writes a poem. Now,
and he writes a poem.
He's a poetic motherfucker now. Like, shit. Throw in Brock Lesnar.
Brock. No, it's a damn shame. Like, you just have people that cannot, unfortunately, even here in 2025, folks that cannot handle a person of color being at the top of something. Like, you can name anything, like the champion, supervisor, president. They don't want to see nobody of color being any of those things, and that's where we are, unfortunately.
Shit, people are getting tired of Pedro Pascal being in all these movies.
Well, I mean, some of them is like, why are you Mr. Fantastic? And I liked the movie. I just didn't buy. Like, he was one of the folks I just didn't buy as Mr. Fantastic. I did like the movie.
Yeah.
Thing was great.
Yeah. I think the thing with like Pedro's character, his intelligence was I knew already. I just had to wait until I got caught up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was a lot of things like, honey, when you said you was pregnant, I knew Galactus was coming. We're gonna have to sacrifice our kid. That's why I was testing to make sure. But I didn't want to say nothing to you because you're a little emotional, right? You're a little emotional, right? So I want to let you figure it out. Through hints. I did what any smart man would do. We went to Galactus. He told you himself, so you ain't mad at me. And you still mad at me.
You didn't see that cactus in the kitchen with the horns? Yeah. Like I was trying to show you.
Yeah, you ain't mad at me. You ain't mad at me. But you still mad at me. And he told you. You mad at me, but he told you.
He said it. He said
it. Yeah, not me. I'm just saying.
So what we gotta do? I don't know.
I mean, I do know. It's I ain't stupid.
Yeah, that was the line of the movie. Are we gonna be all right? I don't know. I started laughing in the theater.
I know for sure we ain't gonna be all right, but I don't know.
I'm not giving the kid up. So
yeah. You tell me a 200 foot pound, and I said this on Tuesday, Leon, already. Like a 200 fucking foot tall fucking God comes after your child. You tell me if you gonna be all right. I'll leave that question up for you. I'm gonna go fist fight a 200 foot tall God. Okay. Everybody be all right after that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack him right in his nose hair. You besmirched me.
I challenge you to a duel.
Shrink down to my size, sir.
Yeah, shrink down to my size. Be a gentleman and shrink down to my size.
I'll fuck you up. Shit. But yeah, I mean, but that's what they do with the fucking the minorities, man.
Basically,
I always loved how now there's videos of it, right?
Yep.
They talk about the street profits being a joke, but they're from the streets, and then when the Samoans do it, it's serious. There's a difference between being a gangster and being from the street.
Yes.
And when they talk about the African American, like the street profits or crime timer, they're from the street. They're not gangsters.
Right.
Zeus was just a fucking monster, right?
Yep.
But New Jack was a gangster. That's why New Jack wasn't no joke.
With justifiable homicides.
Yeah. Word. He tried to kill people in that motherfucker. But when you talk about someone portraying somebody from the street, most of the time it's stereotypical and it's a joke to other people.
Me
It's
included.
I'm like, yeah, you know, like why you got your pants hanging out on the bottom of your ass? You look like an idiot.
That's one thing
Why
I did not like about Crime Time. I was just like,
yeah, yeah, and there's a difference between that and I don't think being a gangster and being from the street are exclusively black, because there are a lot of fucking race. There are a lot of fucking races that have gangs, that have gang members, and are from living in the street. You know what I'm saying? But I think when you have the street profits and you want to do shit like that, it has to be more of something that's deliberate, because they're being taken literal. Where you have like the Motor City machine guns. They're not literally walking around with guns.
No.
And they're not portraying Detroit.
No.
They're just two high-flying guys with the names Motor City Machine Guns. DIY are in a group. They're not doing anything by themselves. But the street profits have to look, act, and be from the street.
It's like the black bushwhackers.
Yeah. And then when they try to be serious, it's all, we're gonna blame you. And then what they do? They try to turn into gangsters when they was trying to be serious. They just, it's on sight, we're gonna beat up everybody. Well, that also was stupid, because he said they jumped you. They said he jumped you. No one knows who jumped you. You just gonna fight everybody? But that just start attacking people without no say. Don't wait for people to tell you who did it. Just start whooping everybody's ass. Somebody, which one of y'all motherfuckers kicked me? You know what? Fuck it. Oh, y'all getting fucked up. I would believe that more than, which one of y'all kicked me? Billy. I'm gonna fuck up Billy, even though he wasn't in the room. Like, you're all under investigation.
Wait. the guy who got Sweet Chin music from Shawn Michaels in the middle of a promo for no reason.
Yeah,
like,
word.
What you tell me? See, they made me.
I just kicked Roy.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Shit. But I don't know, man. Do you think that this is a wrestling problem as a whole, or is it just AEW just sucks across the board?
Well, I mean, as we know, like, unfortunately with AEW, it's, the owner treats it as his action figure fed. So
Yeah.
So whoever is the new toy, whoever is the hot toy he wants to play with, then that's who's going to win. Like, that's we've seen it time and time again. With no kind of, like you said, like the storylines and build up for AEW. That's where they lack in the production. And this is just another one of the symptoms of it. We just expect better, especially when because you have so many people that, oh, I left WWE because X, Y, and Z. So that's why I'm like that. They're like, this is the reason why I'm going over there. And then when you see them go over there, and then they're basically doing the exact same thing they were doing in WWE, it's just like, so what are we doing? It's almost like a waste of time. It's like, why did you go over there if you're gonna do the exact same thing? So I think that's part of, like, that's what's in our mind. It's like, okay, Hurt Syndicate, you could have been doing this exact same thing over in WWE. You could have been doing the same thing.
No, I hear you. You.
And that's what I think that's the issue. Like, that is what we're thinking about.
And I was saying to Ray earlier that it's funny how you mentioned that, and it goes to show you that whoever's writing or whoever has any idea with these wrestlers don't know what they're doing, or there is nothing for them. Like, they get signed to AEW and there's no creative control. There's no nothing. It's like, all right, you're with us now.
Yep.
And then he goes, well, how can I integrate you in? Well, the last thing you did in WWE was you was doing this. All right, let's make our own version of that, because people want to see it. All right. Well, here goes some idea. We call ourselves the Hurt Syndicate. We can do this. All right, cool. You're going to be the tag team champion. What happens after that? I don't know. But now I got to think about Moxley. Rusev comes in. Yo, Rusev, what do you want to do? I want to be a gamer. Beautiful. Let's dye your hair blonde and let's make you a gamer. Didn't work. All right, this is my story. Cool. All right. What are we going to do? Yo, just give me a camera. Let me do all this shit. Let me do everything. All right. But when Cody was there were stores everywhere. It was records that actually meant something, that they said meant something, and they kept it on. They had the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. They had a tag team tournament with the Private Party actually doing something with them. They had the fucking Jericho's group. I forgot what the name of the group was.
The Inner Circle?
The Inner Circle. Yeah, they had the Inner Circle wrestling with them. And like, people, like, there was something to watch. It was like, oh shit. It was the women's division that Britt Baker was in control of. With every time she wrestled someone, there was a new challenger. It's like, yo, this is something we need to see.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, okay, so who was the creative guy there? Was it Cody? Was it the Young Bucks? Because you ever notice, the minute Tony Khan said, I'm going to take over control of creative, that shit took a nosedive.
So you had Cody, you had all those veterans that were there. So you had Arn Anderson, you had Tully Blanchard, you had Jake the Snake Roberts, all these guys backstage. Like, you had all these legends backstage. So I think that's what was, because notice that all of those tag teams and everything that you were naming, some of them were involved with one of those, like, they would be managers and stuff. So I think they had some influence. They're like, hey, okay, we've been doing television wrestling for 50 years. Let us show you some stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's what it felt like. So when they, during the pandemic, when we were all inside watching wrestling and they were at Davy's place, and every week it felt like it was like watching, Superstars or something, back in the day. Because you watch Superstars because it's like, okay, yeah, some of these matches are going to be squashes just to feature a wrestler, just to show you how bad this wrestler is, right?
Yep.
And okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. But then like you had some storyline stuff that happened. You'll have some surprises, and then by the main event, you had something that got you to come back. That's the formula. It was the formula. Now it is just, okay, we're gonna have pay-per-view style matches. Like, I don't want, like, on a weekly show, I do not want to see people kicking out of finishers all night.
Yeah, no. I barely want to see that shit on pay-per-view.
Okay.
For me, that was a WrestleMania thing.
Right. Exactly. So you have wrestling fans that I think they just cannot handle the storytelling part of wrestling. They want to see, I want them to flip around. I want to, and I want all this crap.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's not the art form. Like, now it's like kind of like one thing I do agree with Bret, like Bret Hart says a lot, but one thing I agree with him is like, okay, it starts to look too phony. It's like, okay, it's like you guys are almost ruining kayfabe because I can see you guys are taking 2 to 3 minutes to set up the move. Who's going to do that in the middle of a fight? Like who's going to sit there and wait for you to set all this up for 2 to 3 minutes and then let's flip off the top rope? It's like, man, like it takes me out of it. It takes me out of it. And I that's one of the things I cannot stand. Like, that's why I don't like Bucks matches. I don't like what's his name, Bruv. I don't like his matches.
Will Ospreay?
Yeah. Because they're all like they're spot fests. It's just like, dude, I can't do this. I can't.
They're all
do
the same thing.
Yeah. What's that?
They're all the same thing. There was at one point I was like, yo, Will Ospreay's gonna steal the show. And then when like 3 or 4 shows, I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same ending as the last show. This is the same build-up as the last. Because when you only watch those matches, you notice the patterns.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like that, those shit that's on social media. I was today years old when I figured out that in Quantum Mania they showed this and that means this, and it's like,
yeah.
And that guy's like, oh,
yeah, I like that guy. Yeah.
I'm watching the rest. I'm like, oh, they did the same thing last month against this guy.
Right.
It's the same shit. Just the new opponent has entered the chat. I get it. No, and he's talking about Rusev, and it's like, why would you purposely want to hurt somebody? And it's because of the loud noise, the loud smacking noise, and the bruises. People love that shit.
Right.
But also, I can contest that we was at Grand Slam, and this was the 5th hour into the show, and it's Phoenix versus Jungle Boy on Rampage, and they're just smacking the shit out of each other's chest. And my entire section was like, stop slapping each other and wrestle.
Right.
Like, we get it. You're chopping each other. Just stop, please. We want to go home. Like, yo, dude, it was ridiculous.
Oh my god!
On a fucking Wednesday night, you're there for 5-6 hours, just them smacking each other. It's like, all right, bro, wow, come on, shit. Passions of the Christ stopped at one point, like shit. And I get it because this psychology of wrestling changed so much to spots and how do we get oohs and ahs, and people were like, how do you get the crowd invested? I think what they do now is they take a subject, like let's say podcasting, they take a subject and they talk about it and they argue it to death, like the whole red pill blue pill community shit. Okay. You get one stupid woman that's not prepared for the conversation to come on your show, and you tell her some stupid shit and she has to come up with an opinion on the fucking fly. And it's the dumbest thing you ever heard. And then you got this guy with facts just going at her. And there's millions of people like, yeah, look at this stupid bitch. Yeah, see, you prove she's a stupid bitch. And then you're like, every show's like that. And then after a while, like, yo, this sucks. But then you're like, yo, but talk radio, they had conversations. And you know how you got people invested? They listen to the conversation.
Right.
And then after a while, like, yo, I've been watching this shit for 4 hours.
Yep.
That's how I got Kenny to come on, believe it or not.
Oh.
If
okay.
Kenny ever tells you sort of how he got involved with us, I was on the Toe in the show with Lay. And I was in a chat with Sprint trying to buy my phone flat out. I didn't have to pay monthly payments.
Right.
I shit you not, I was on the fucking chat with them for 3 hours on the show, and I'm telling Lay what's happening. And I'm like, yo, due to state law, I can't buy this phone. Like, that's what they told me. Due to state law, I couldn't buy the phone. Kenny hit me up and was like, yo, bro, I was listening to this shit. And I was like, how the fuck am I listening to this shit for 4 hours? And he hits me up and we started talking and boom.
Right.
The rest is history. And I think that's what it is. You get people, you have a genuine conversation about a topic, people get invested, and they start replying back to you. And they're not even, they're watching on their TV. They're not in the chat or nothing. They're just like, oh shit, you're right. One of my boy's cousins was listening to sports, and he's like, yo, bro, I'm responding to you fucking guys like an idiot, thinking you can hear me. And that's how you get people involved. So in relates to wrestling, you have Spot Fest, where you got that stupid woman and that stupid argument, and like, yeah, fuck the stupid, yeah. You do the Spot Fest. Oh, he spin 48,000 times and hit him with a super kick from the top rope, and he still ain't over. It's still going. Oh, we love this. And then you got the one match that it's the underdog, the story that they've been telling forever, but the way that they wrestle, it's like Bret Hart going after Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash can barely walk because Bret Hart's been fucking with his knee this whole time.
Right.
And that's how Bret Hart is able to stay in there with a 7-foot giant.
Right.
You know, or Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. Like, Eddie Guerrero's destroying this motherfucker, but Rey Mysterio's heart is so big that he's not going to let him, he's not going to quit. It's like, what does it take to end this little guy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the heart is what's causing, and that's what gets people invested, because it's like, wait a minute, this guy's heart, he's overcoming all this shit. You start attaching yourself to Rey Mysterio. You start attaching yourself to Bret, because these are David versus Goliath matches.
Yes.
And they're telling a story without saying words. Like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker was going, you ever notice how Shawn Michaels will hit me 3-4 times and then I hit him once? It makes sense because Shawn Michaels is faster than me. Why would I hit him the same amount of time? Why would I punch him and wait for him to punch me back?
Right.
It's boom, 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 and then I hit him. And this the one hit I did is equivalent to his 3 or 4.
Correct.
And we see that, and it's like, oh, Shawn Michaels is coming back. Nope. Undertaker still got the underhand.
Yep.
You know, if you're able to watch the match, you should be able to see the story that's being told and being invested. Same way with a conversation. You may not know what we're talking about, but you can hear what we're saying and go, all right, these guys are invested in what they're saying. Let me see what they're saying. And like, oh, okay, cool. I gotta go back to the beginning of this shit, because how did they get to this part? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, if we're just gonna start yelling at each other, you don't need to get to the beginning of the conversation. You're just hearing us yell.
Screaming, eh?
Yeah.
Who basically made sports talk into Real Housewives.
Yeah, word. But let's be honest with DJ, which wrestling was better?
Oh, the storytelling, the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, and like you can even take the Ultimate Challenge match of Warrior against Hogan, right? So where like, which we know now, like Warrior was blown up from the from the entrance, and Hogan's like, no. Relax, like I'm gonna give you, let's do this, and you're gonna be able to get your breath back. And then so they're doing the test of strength stuff and all that, and pushing each other to test power and everything, and then that helped him get his breath back, and then they went back into the whatever the plan was. So but it still told, but we didn't know that watching the match, but it still told a story, because it was that we wanted to, we were waiting for this match. Who really is stronger? Like, who's stronger, the Ultimate Warrior or the Hulk Hogan?
Yep.
You know, so we got to see that at the beginning of this match, with them challenging each other in those ways, and a story. So, you know, so there you go, compared to, you know, watching an Ospreay match, and all of a sudden 8 guys are gathered outside the ring, standing right next to each other. Oh, I wonder what's about to happen here. Oh, look, he's going to go to the ropes and jump over the top. You know, so it's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then say this is good. Like, I can't watch this over and over and go, yeah. Like, no, I can't. Like, it's I'm not Randy on South Park that had crap coming out of the earphones. It's like, this is good music. Like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it either. Yeah. And bro, and that's part of the reason why I've always been a WWE fan, because even though it was entertainment, they found a way to entertain us with the matches. Like, yeah, if you think about it, Randy Orton versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm sorry, Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. Mm-hmm. Everyone says this is one of the best WrestleMania matches in history, right? You watch the match, it's a quintessential wrestling match. The ending was was different to every other match on that show, and it was smooth as shit. But every move was written down, and they had to remember it. They would quiz each other; they had to remember it, and they pulled it off flawlessly. Right. And
I still remember that. That part of the documentary makes me laugh when Ricky was like, "I got this list. Move 1, collar elbow tie up. Come on, Savage! Like, we know we gotta tie up at the beginning of the match."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
that part makes me laugh every time.
But like, you can give that same match to other people, and it won't be as good. That match would suck.
Nope.
But because they knew how to tell the story of what means what is magic. And to me, that's wrestling. Wrestling isn't flipping off of the rope. It isn't being the strongest guy in the world. But you body slam Andre the Giant at the end of the match after you tried 4 times, and you're at your, this is it. Like, this is all I got. If I fail this, I lost. And you tell me that right before you body slam him, that makes the world go, oh, he body slammed him. When you sit there and fucking go, I'm sorry, I love you, and super kick the legend in the face, and you know that he's never going to wrestle again, but winning this match is more important than this guy's career, that means something.
And because the fact that he told you, like, hey, I want your bet, like, I want your best, like, don't go easy. Yeah. So, like, even like going back to their Savage and Steamboat match, like, it's like the way that they were doing everything, like, there was a respect for each other's signature stuff. Like, so for example, an arm drag from Ricky Steamboat should take some shit out of you. Like, you should be hurt. Okay, because Ricky Steamboat's fucking arm drags were, like, to this day, I think they're some of the best.
I don't think they've been duplicated.
And then so every time Savage hit the mat from an arm drag, you see like a little bit of starch get taken out of him. Savage with the where that one of his signature moves was he would take your head, run you to the top rope, and he would jump over the top rope and hang you on the and then Steamboat, boom, and then he goes way up in the air, hits the mat, and he's hurt. Like, so the whole match, like, there is that's the other thing I don't like about these really fast matches. There's not a like, it's like, okay, what moves are supposed to have made an impact in this match? Because we want to get so many moves off. It's like, okay, but which one of these did anything to the opponent?
Yeah. You
never know. You don't know. It's like, you just have to wait for them to stop flipping to see who got the upper hand, because you can't tell.
Yeah. I mean, and you don't watch LFG, right?
Oh yeah.
So have you seen this week's episode?
I didn't see this week's episode though. But you could. It's all right.
There's one. They have a match with the guy from the Dolphins, the football player, and the Undertaker's boy, the one without the teeth.
Okay.
And Bubba Ray was like, "Yo, this dude is just Jeff Hardy. He comes out, his entrance is Jeff Hardy. He wears Jeff Hardy's clothes. He wrestles like Jeff Hardy. He ended the match with a swanton. He's like, yo, dude, this is Jeff Hardy. What the fuck?" But the dude he's wrestling stands there and does a front flip, like he's standing, and you would think he was gonna do a backflip. He does a front flip and his back lands on him, and he goes to pin and he kicks out. And Undertaker's like, where the fuck that came from? Like they were all impressed with the way that he did that. And then Bubba goes, how awesome would that have been if the match story was that he was trying to say that he's also athletic? You pulled that out of nowhere for no reason. But if you was trying to go, like, you're not the only one that can do shit like this, that would have meant so much more. And that's part of the old school philosophy, because to me, that's wasted motion.
Oh yeah. So that's what I like about this show. And when I used to watch, what's the name on Stars, and now it's on Netflix. Both of them. If you haven't seen these folks, and you really want to know, like, okay, this is how real wrestling psychology is. Both of these shows kind of walk you through it with people that aren't, like, you're not distracted by the stars because it's, or who you're rooting for or something, because it's like, because they're not big stars. Like, so you're just listening to the wrestling part. And you know, they show like how, like, because it's on Heels, like it's like a whole drama, because, you know, these kids, they take over their dad's wrestling company. And it's a small one in a small town, but he's the booker now. Like, the older brother's the booker, and he's the champion at the same time. And his younger brother is actually coming up, and he's actually pretty good. But like, I think there is a psychological thing about him being champion, and then this guy coming up to get the title. And he started making storylines that were crossing into personal stuff. And then he knew how to psychologically have the crowd kind of turn on him. Like, he put Kleenex boxes in the seats, and then had this storyline that, oh, you're a crybaby. And then had a plan,
throw one, and then the rest of the crowd threw him.
Right. Okay, it's boom. Like, it's just, you know, he just knew.
And the rest didn't know that was supposed to happen. So he got the organic reaction of the rest.
Yes.
Which makes it even, now it's like, oh, this is even real now.
Right. So that kind of stuff, like, that is that is what draws you in. Like, that is what's going to keep you coming back. That is what's going to, for AEW's case, that's where every week you'll be able to go to an arena and get 17,000 people to buy a ticket. Okay, that is what it is. Like, not how many, like you're saying, so not how many flips a guy can do. Not what he did in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, like, all of that is not going to sell 17,000 tickets every week.
Would you want to buy a match against the Young Bucks and whoever the fuck they're wrestling now, just because their shoe has firecrackers in it?
No,
I don't. Yo, Forbidden Doors on Sunday. I looked at the card and I go, this isn't worth my money. It's not worth my money, because it feels like every match they have is fantasy book. It's fantasy book.
So that, and then, like, for AEW, I usually, if I'm gonna watch it, I go to Dave & Buster's, and get a couple appetizers and
all a day.
That'll be that. I don't, like you said, I don't even know if I think I'll go bowling or something. I think I got other stuff I could be doing.
To go. Sorry, I didn't want to change the subject, but that was part of what you were saying. But to go back to it, it's like, and how does this story progress from there? Because that's the major selling point. How does this story progress? When when DX and Austin had their run, Austin beat the shit out of DX on SmackDown. How does DX get back at him on? That's what we want to know. How many times did they ended Raw on a cliffhanger. Now
That's
it's like this person's getting a title shot, and what do I say every Monday Night Raw? Oh, this is gonna be a fuck finish, ain't it? LA Knight got a title shot. It's gonna be a fuck finish. Damian was like, "Oh, they're probably gonna introduce a new member to Seth Rollins' group." I said, "No, CM Punk got to get his get back, so he's gonna interfere." There's no how do we get because the story on Raw should have never been I beat you and I won a title shot. What it should have been was Rollins, you fuck with me for the last time, and CM Punk now is going after you. Why is LA Knight there?
It's a random in the middle person, kind of like when you're playing universe mode on 2K.
And then you got the story with Sheamus and Rusev, but now Sami Zayn is involved with it. It's like, how did he get here?
Poor Sammy.
Yeah, and you there's no part of you that goes, what's gonna happen next week?
Not in that story, no.
Like, in all honesty, DJ, the major reason why I watch the product still is because I want to see how the women.
I mean, you could even go back to SummerSlam, and I thought the women had some better matches in both nights. Despite, or from the side of tables, ladders, and chairs, women,
and even the tables, ladders, and chairs match kind of felt like let's one up the one we had after WrestleMania, where this should have just been, yo, we're all afraid of the Wyatt Six. Why don't we get rid of them? Why don't we get rid of them and then have a match between us? Like, why couldn't that be the story? And then
I think they tried.
Yeah, but there's so many people. Like, you had 6 teams plus the other 4 from the Wyatt Six in there. At this point, you might as well have had a Royal Rumble ladder match.
I was like, man, and I thought the thing that I thought they could have done, because they did it in either the first or second TLC, was have every team had somebody to come from the back and help, and let them come in and get their shit in. Like Lita got in there, etc. So so Mike, so so let them let other people have some backup too let them get a spot in. Okay, they went through a table, you clear them out, and then now let's go back to who's going to get the title. That would have been, I thought I would have been fine with that. Like you said, it was just like, okay, there's no way the Wyatt Six can lose this. After a while, I was like, they can't lose. They got too many people.
Yeah,
no disqualification.
Seriously,
there's no reason for them to let anybody go up the ladder.
Yep.
So,
and they didn't come together as a team and take out Eric Rowan or
Dexter.
I'm thinking of the chick's name, Nikki Cross or Uncle Howdy. No one came out there to remove those outside forces from the match. And it's like, you think about it, the ladder matches that we've seen, it almost was a point of no one better interfere in this shit because I want to fuck them up by myself. I don't need Spike Dudley to come out. We're doing this ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Rock and Triple H. There was no DX came out.
Mm-hmm.
No DMX. No DX came out for that match. Maybe at the end it was China, but there was a good portion of this shit. Like, yo, now we're waiting for people to come out. And it gets to the point where it's like, yo, bro, the match is dope. But then when you think about it, it's like, do I really want to see this? Like, did I really want to see LA Knight versus Seth Rollins? No. Like, it's cool to have LA Knight on the main, as a main title contender, but against Seth Rollins in a fuck finish, they're wasting our time.
It's like they're trying to get their, he got a contract, so it's like, okay, let's get our money's worth. Let's just get LA Knight out there. And you're gonna be the match so that CM Punk can act a fool, right? So instead of like a automatic rematch for CM Punk, which that I agree, like I wouldn't want to see that on Monday Night Raw. Like you don't have to give me that, but why have a title match at all? Like, you know, it's just like that could have been a segment.
Yep.
Like that could have been like you know, Seth Rollins comes out, talks smack, and then like CM Punk for good reason comes out there pissed off, and let it be that. And I think we're good with that. Like, I mean, just how many times for like, you know, going back to those days with Stone Cold and everybody, that I mean, there were nights that Stone Cold did not wrestle, like did not have a actual match. We didn't see him until the last segment.
Shit.
And we were fine with that.
Some of the best parts of Raw was those segments. When The Rock stole his Intercontinental title and said, "Oh, this is what I think about your fucking title," and threw it into the ocean. And then what happened? Yep. The Rock was champion. Austin took his shit and says, "Oh, remember this fucking lake? Whap! Here goes your shit, bitch." And I throw you in there.
Yep.
That was the best part because it was like, "Oh shit, he threw him in the lake. What's gonna happen now?
Right.
What's gonna happen now?"
Like, oh, we gotta fight now. Like, so like, no, now I gotta kick your ass. Like, so and we're you know
and we're missing that so much. Like the whole what's gonna happen now shit. Because even man, fucking when we saw let's go back even further. Roddy Piper and Bret Hart. They were friends. It was supposed to be for the Intercontinental title. And Roddy Piper was like, "I remember when you was a little baby," and blah, 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 blah. And Bret Hart goes, "Shut up. I'm not a little baby no more. Treat me like a man." And Piper's like, "Wait a minute. What the fuck is this? We're supposed to be friends. I'm just trying to talk." He's like, "No, you're not talking to me. You're trying to take away my title." And Piper's like, "Oh, you want to make this personal? Let's make it personal. I'm going to fuck you." And now we're like, ooh, now this match is someone saying just got personal. It's like, oh shit. Like they're not friends no more. This is a hell of competition. Like Piper's like, "I'm gonna hurt you," and Bret Hart's like, "You can't hurt." Like it's like, oh, this is beautiful because the title means something. Don't bullshit me, Piper. Don't talk down to me. And it's like, oh yes, we get it. Now it's I have a note, and nothing comes up of it. AJ Styles didn't have to wrestle anybody to get a title shot. The GM was like, "Oh, you got to note your title when you're good. He's gonna be champ. He's gonna be number one contender." And then what happened? He wrestled him in nothing. We got nothing. We got no payoff of it. We didn't get a new guy from Judgment Day to help Dominic beat up AJ Styles, post AJ Styles the match. We didn't get nothing where it's like, oh, AJ Styles needs redemption. No, we had a match, and by the way, we're not gonna let this go. What? Like, wait, what? There's a lot of we're not gonna let this go. There was you lost. Let it go. Like, you know, when Hogan lost to the Warrior, there was no I need a match now. No, he let it go, and then they fucked up and they had to bring him back. You know, when Bret Hart, you know, when Mr. Perfect lost to Bret Hart, there wasn't no I need an immediate rematch. It was you the better man, whatever the fuck. Now Bret Hart's the champion. His journey goes on. Right. Now it's too much of I need this now. I need it now. And there's rematch of the rematch of the rematch of the rematch of the rematch is like, bro, I can watch Battle Bowl 97 or Battle Bowl, whatever the fuck, all day with the Lethal Lottery. I can watch it every day. But I can't sit here and watch our niggas every week. I'm sorry. It's no possible. No possible. I literally can watch. Here's my partner. When Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, is in the tag match and Abdullah the Butcher's walking out, but his tag team partners got beat up by Abdullah the Butcher because you know what Lethal Lottery was, right? Yeah, so he's like, "That's my partner," and his partner was not Abdullah the Butcher, and he tags in Abdullah the Butcher. Right. The Butcher's like, "No, nigga!" Boom, and he hits Mick Foley, and his partner's there, and he's like, "Yo," and his partner's like, "Oh, I got fucked up because I don't care," and he flips his partner in the ring like, "You wrestling now," and they lose. It's like I can watch that every day. I can't watch what the fuck you're doing on Raw now. I don't want to watch Seth Rollins talk. I don't want to watch this guy steal Roman Reigns sneakers. I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I don't like that part.
I'm not a Seth Rollins, like just
you know, but you see, but DJ, you know why you like that part, show? because there's an imagination of what is Roman Reigns gonna do when he gets his hands on Bronson Reed because he keeps stealing his shoes.
Yep,
And
genius.
that's the argument that me and DJ are talking about why wrestling was better back in the day, because there was the whole aspect of what are they gonna do now? And the reason why I don't like that part is because, like I said, me and Lay always speak. We speak every day because we work together. But when Cody Rhodes was champion, the Ula Fala got over. The Ula Fala was the most important thing in WWE. Seth Rollins is champion now. The Shula Fala is the most important thing in WWE. To me, that should not be possible. Should not be possible. When I want to know what someone's gonna do because they keep stealing his sneakers, when I want to know what he's gonna do more than what I want to know what the champion's gonna do, that's a problem.
That's not even the intriguing part, so it's you keep stealing the shoes from toe tags. What is toe tags gonna do when he catches you? It's not
the camera's here, but I'm looking at you.
Oh my God,
What the fuck did I just say, D?
No. You said Roman Reigns. It's toe tags, bro. The unstoppable, the man, the nigga that'll chew you up for a pen. They keep stealing his shoes. You right though. I'm agreeing.
Yeah,
it's not that. It's exactly what you said.
I know.
But why is that over? Like, we're more interested in that than the world title, is what he's saying. And the world champion. Like, I just Paul Heyman can't save this. Like that, I think that's the thing. They thought like, okay, hey, what if we, switched everything to like Paul Heyman is now back at Seth Rollins, and then he becomes champion, and then that's supposed like they thought this was gonna be like, because every time Paul Heyman, whoever Paul Heyman's manager is, that's gonna be over, and it's just like we're like, no, stop. Yeah. We're like, stop doing this. So
hey,
here's the Naomi story.
Oh shit. Why does everybody think Naomi's pregnant? Because they put that out.
Well, and she showed up and they had this, like, she was backstage ready to go, or could have gone, I should say. And then they said, you can't go. Like, for some reason, they're like, no, we can't have you out there. So that's
they didn't
why
disclose any injuries.
I think people. Yeah. So, when it's a female wrestler, when they all of a sudden we don't want you in the ring, that's where you're lying.
Apparently, she addresses. She says she's not pregnant on TikTok.
Okay. Isn't she gonna be on Stephanie McMahon's podcast?
I think so. Yeah. Wow, it's crazy. She clarifies that she does not plan on having any more children after a traumatic birth experience.
Oh,
yeah. So.
Okay.
I didn't know she had any.
That's too bad.
Listen, man. Yeah,
that's the problem.
Like that, to me, that's her personal business whether she has kids or not. But like right now, Google is saying that she is reportedly injured by multiple wrestling news outlets, but there's no specific injury.
Okay.
So it could just be either.
Well, she's been.
Go ahead, because I'm gonna just come up with some.
Oh, just like she's been like, if you think about it, like if you go all the way back to when she put what's her name through the windshield.
Yes.
Naomi's been working. Yeah. Like she's been working, so it could just be tired.
No, yeah. I mean, it's either a way to just build another story with Roxanne taking a spot as the new number one contender, because how many times can you give EO the shot? Or just she couldn't get to the show. It's like it's we've seen Sami Zayn injured indefinitely, and then next week he comes back because, well, we got rid of Cross, so we need something for Sami Zayn. Like, I think it's just a bullshit excuse for something that they don't have the patience to actually tell the story.
Bro,
It could be.
They had
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes out there fighting with half a titty. What they talking about?
Yeah, but that was also Cody Rhodes wrestles with half a titty, or you lose your entire main event for Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Man, I like how y'all know the information and everything. We know what happened. You ain't have nobody.
And even that was bad because I'm sitting there going, I tore a muscle in my shoulder. I tore muscles in both my shoulders. So I know what it feels. I know you can do things. Like with the torn pec, I know you're able to move in certain ways. In certain ways you can't. But boy, he missold every part of that. Because he couldn't lift his arm up to do a Cody cutter, but he could body slam you and move his arm in the same position different ways. Like what? Like I can't do this to RKO you, but I could do this to chop you in the head. Wait, I'm sorry, it's the same motion. that's how motion works. The intent doesn't make it okay. If I lift up this way to stun you, I can't do it. But if I do it to chop you, it's all right. My body knows the difference. It still hurts.
Bro, he had a fucking pipe that he was sticking in the injury, if I remember correctly. He had something that he was poking him with.
And even that, like you have to poke at the part of the tear.
Hey. I'm surprised
and even
that
then,
was important.
but even then, it's like with my shoulder and shit. Like it was where the incision in is where it hurt. But if I pressed in on it, it actually helped it better. Like it felt better when I was fucking with it than when I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an open wound.
I agree with you, Toe, but as a wrestler, and I know you got a bad pec, I'm gonna try to baby that side.
No, I get it. What I'm saying is, he did a horrible job at doing that.
Yep, that's what I'm saying too. I think we agreed.
Yeah.
We talk Toe in the show. We understand.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm. What do you think, DJ? You think that there's too much storylines coming out of nowhere right now in WWE for them to properly put on a good show?
Yeah, they always kind of like after the 2-night, especially the 2-night PLEs, they always seem to have this valley that's kind of hard for them to dig out of. Like, okay, we paid so much attention to these big of it, like I'm talking WrestleMania, SummerSlam. So we put so much into that. And then Monday night comes along. Like, okay, what you got? I didn't think about anything. And I was only thinking about WrestleMania or SummerSlam. What do you want to do? And then that's what it feels like. That's what that Monday night feels like. So, and then they have to like come up with like, well, damn, we gotta, so
I think that will be the perfect.
Which is
it is frustrating because it used to be the night after Raw was crazy because it was like we resetted the whole storyline. Now everybody wants in now. The people who missed out on WrestleMania, they want to be shown, and this is why it's so crazy. And I think that's where they're fucking up because it's like what happened after SummerSlam, but you're not bringing Brock Lesnar out there, so you can't keep that story. No. So what do? You have someone come out and tell us what they did. It's like, okay, bro, we watched the 2-night special. I don't care that you're coming out here and talking, telling me what you do. We saw it. And if you didn't watch it over the weekend, right before you walked out, they showed a video of what you did. We're done with it. I kind of want to see, like, that's where LA Knight could have came and was like, yo, I'm next in line. I don't care what y'all did. Like, he could have said that. He didn't need to say it to Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins didn't need to cut a promo. Seth Rollins didn't even need to be there. To be honest with you, if Seth Rollins and CM Punk weren't there on Monday night after SummerSlam, and LA Knight came out, I was like, yo, I'm next in line. I came to Raw to be champion. I'm next in line. I beat him already, blah, 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 blah. And someone else, like, let's say Jay, came out like, yo, bro, you not. Like some shit like that. And now you start Jay and LA Knight. Now we're going forward. And we're not staying in the same place. Because then, let's say next week, you have whatever happens with that. Seth Rollins comes like, who the fuck told any one of y'all next? Or CM Punk could have been like, yo, bro, who the fuck told y'all that, like, I still got unfinished business? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where you introduce the players that are already there. Let them settle down. Let them simmer, and let's bring someone new into this equation and let them shine and then adapt them into the storyline. Instead of shoving them in there.
Damn, you just gave me a story. Shit. Anybody that goes in that ring to face Seth Rollins, I'm fucking up. I'm next.
And yo,
Anybody.
and they did that once. Somebody took a chair, sat down, and said, "Whoever the fuck comes out here is getting fucked up." I'm talking.
I think that was
Stone Cold.
Yeah, I think that was Stone Cold that took over Raw one
like,
night like, and stunned everybody.
I am not leaving this motherfucker until I get in the title shot because I need that pickle nose face motherfucker to come fight me. Yeah.
And then everybody that came to the ring, kick him out, sits back in the chair. I was like, oh, and everybody was going every stunner. Everybody was,
and the shit was like, let's say he sent out multiple people, and then Gorilla Monsoon comes out. Wow, stunner and Gorilla Monsoon. Fuck him too. Where's the champion? I want the title shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it boiled down to. Like, you have to. These GMs, you may not be able to touch them. I don't know the health issue, whatever the case is. These GMs cannot be the first people to come out when there's a particular thing happening. Because how many times you see them fighting and you see Adam Pearce in the middle of both of them screaming at him? Like, yo, bro, yeah, like, what are you doing? You should be the last resort. Let them fuck each other up until there's like, yo, this is out of control. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody get the GM out here.
I see what you feel. Yeah, I feel you.
Because not for nothing, if I'm at the point where it's on site and I'm going to fuck you up because it's personal, sorry, Adam Pearce, you getting fucked up too. I'm laying hands on everybody.
Touch me and you fight.
And then so he gets up, his tie is off. Enough. Like, damn it, you guys want to fight? We're going to get
And it happens so frequently too.
Tonight in this very ring. And
it's like that's the excuse you come up with for every match. If Tozawa wanted to wrestle fucking Sin Cara, they'll fight in the back, and then that'll be, you go fight now, you sons of bitches. Like, what? How dare you? It's like, yo, relax, running. Relax. Like, you can put matches together before the show starts.
Before the show. Or just have you literally drinking a can of Coke like while you're walking by and they're pushing each other. Hey.
Settle in the ring.
Let's sell this. Yeah. It can be cool. It doesn't have to be like this emergency every single time.
Like, shit.
Like, hey, calm down, boys. Like, we got a ring, right? Like, so come on, you go to Gorilla, we'll hit your music, and then you come out, we hit yours, and we'll get
apparently there's always one match slot open. Match slot open for tonight. We never thought it through.
Exactly. Ever since Teddy Long, there's always been some cards.
There's always an Undertaker spot.
Undertaker.
Yeah. But there's never
you got a tag team match.
But there's never a match with someone who's been fucking with you mentally. Like Karrion Kross fucks with you mentally, or the New Day fucks with you mentally. Next week. I got you next week. Go. But you're fighting now, fight now. Like, what? Wait, what? What? And the next week comes, we can forget all about that.
Oh yeah, that was
the water settled the score. What was the score? What was the problem? Wait, what was it?
What happened? Remember you threw a bucket of popcorn at him last week and catering.
What about Sami Zayn? You said that he wasn't real. Remember? Now we're gonna have a death match for the end of this shit. Wait, end of what shit? Wait,
a death match?
I'm trying to make him better. Oh, you think he's bad? We're gonna have a steel cage death match. Now we're gonna end this shit here and now. You should have jumped him. We could have did something with you every week. But you wanted to talk.
We could have did something with you.
You wanted to talk, you son of a bitch. You want to cut promos and shit. Promos for Logan Paul.
I remember being at the show that we found out Rikishi did it. Like that I remember being at that. I was at that show. And just the confusion on everyone.
It was Rikishi. What?
Then we're all looking like we literally were like looking at each other like that's not what that I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Like who lied to you? The seat was pushed all the way back. Yeah, you got a bunch of 6'6" guys, and all the seats better be pushed back. I would feel a certain way if the seat was pushed forward.
Well,
yeah, but I did it for The Rock. He was trying to put the bloodline together then.
Right.
But shit.
And then the show went off the air, and The Rock is still making his bewildered face as you can tell they're going to black.
And you know what's funny? The minute they're like, all right, we're off the air, The Rock's like, I have an idea for something in 2025. Write it down. I need Cody Rhodes' soul. I need Cody Rhodes' soul.
Kids, right?
And then we're gonna make this the biggest thing, and then we're gonna turn the big guy heel. He's gonna be Hulk Hogan, and I'm never gonna come back. And I'm gonna be. I'm never gonna. That's like you're gonna write me off of TV that way. I'm never gonna come back to WWE. We're gonna just leave John Cena there.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna get in a truck with an open container of my tequila, right, and drive off.
Yo, before you go, I got a question for y'all.
Yeah, he's kicking us off.
All right.
No, I'm not kicking you off. I see your emotion, Toe. Don't play me. I know you. How do we fix this? Can we boycott WWE, or are we gonna be torturing ourselves? Like if we all got together and signed a petition, like we're not watching it. You're not doing this for us.
Right now, the WWE is like a woman or a drug. You can say you're not gonna do nothing, but next week you're in the Bahamas with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people are sitting there going, I'm not getting the ESPN app. I'm not getting the ESPN app. But come WrestleMania, you're an ESPN motherfucker now. You know shit about golf you ain't never seen. He's like, well, I gotta get my money worth somehow.
And I bet you some of us, like, especially by the time they start this, because like, so for example, I, with my internet package, I went on and got like, there's like, oh, we'll give you 16 channels with your internet package. Okay, cool. And one of them is, I was like, might as well get ESPN.
Dope.
So, what's that?
I said that's dope.
Yeah. So, so some folks that have a package already, you're already in. Like you're not gonna have to pay $30. But for the rest, I agree with Toe. I think they're gonna, if you don't have a already way, like, you know, I think you're gonna see all kinds of like, remember we got like a year, right? So they're gonna have like those, like the Disney Plus package, like now, like the Hulu Disney Plus ESPN thing. Like they're gonna have some kind of package like that. I don't think it's just gonna be this flat out $30 and that's all there is watching wrestling. So, or you're gonna, you know, or VPN on Netflix. So, that's the other way, because you're still watching, because in Europe they're still watching all of it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because if you think about it, when wrestling was at its lowest in our era, well, I mean not our era, in Ray's era, when Vince McMahon, like right at the end of Vince McMahon's run, it was still enough people to outwatch other shows. Like the ratings dropped dramatically for wrestling. But compared to other shows, it was still doing the same. So it wasn't to a point where it's like, yo, y'all need to do something or else we're going to cancel y'all motherfuckers. Because that's why Netflix is still willing to fucking pay billions of dollars for Monday Night Raw. and ESPN is willing to pay $1 billion for the pay-per-views because enough people will watch it to make some kind of profit.
And the ratings that ESPN is getting now, like they're seeing, like, okay, we got to buy these ratings back. So let's have NFL, let's have UFC, boxing, and WWE. Like, we already report on WWE, so we might as well have them.
And
here.
what better way to fill in some airtime for First Take or ESPN, their talk show or whatever, to have these wrestlers on the show.
Oh, and I'm having people get jumped right on First Take.
Stephen A. Smith is gonna be like, well, you know that you are not good as the tribal chief. And then somebody's gonna come and jump whoever the fuck he's talking to. It's like, LA Knight, let me talk to you. Yeah. It's like, well, something back in my day when Bruno Sammartino was wrestling, there was no and I remember when the Lou Thez press was with Lou Thez and not Austin. It's like, all right, shut the fuck up, old timer. Like, how old are you?
That'll be Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Mad Dog will pull that.
It's like, okay, all right, cool. I get it. You watch wrestling the same way we did when you were younger. Awesome. You don't watch it now, apparently. That's the problem. So your bitch ass watched it when Bruno was wrestling, but you don't watch it now. I watched it every incarnation of when I was born to now. I have an issue. I can talk shit. I know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, bitch. But yeah, that is just more shit. Because how many times can you really say LeBron James sucks?
And have this stupid ass GOAT debate. Yeah. And I'm like, this is not. I just, like you said, like, not just wrestling, like even people like with sports. I think we use the term GOAT way too much. They forget, like, it means greatest of all time. That means of all. Like, you think from this point right now, this guy is of all time? No.
He's barely doing it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. He could be the best player now, but this up with the whole time.
You got people in his era that are winning titles.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Okay. If this is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You had other dynasties happen on his watch. No.
Yeah. The greatest of all time means that person from back in them days will still school you now. You know?
Man.
You can't tell me that he could play in the 90s. He couldn't. Because there's people beating him now that can't play in the 90s. 80s. There's teams that wouldn't survive in the 90s beating you. How you the GOAT?
No.
That means you'd have got washed by anybody in the 90s.
And then the excuse, well, they had more players. Well, this is basketball.
We have the same amount of players.
They make them. Everybody has a team. Like, that's how it goes, bro.
Bad Boys would have killed them. Bad Boys of Detroit.
Oh, Word. Jesus.
Shit, I think the Knicks back in the day would have fucked them up.
Oh, God. That with Oakley and oh, God. He would have been pouting and, oh, he touched me. Like, I can't stand him. I can't, like, I'm a Lakers fan. I can't wait till he's gone.
Well, you got his son, so that's something special.
You can I will trade both of them right now for Giannis, straight up, without even blinking an eye.
See, we wasn't on yesterday, but you still got some sports in us.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting to that point where we gotta call it a night. And DJ gotta eat dinner. Joe gotta walk into his house.
Gotta eat dinner.
I got I'll ask y'all tomorrow probably. I got the video question for y'all.
Right.
I'll give it to y'all. Y'all could study and bring me a good question. I mean, a good answer. If you could erase one wrestler's entire WWE run from history, but in doing so, you completely change wrestling as you know it, who would it be and why?
You're not giving. You're just gonna say.
I'm just giving you the
anybody.
question because that's gonna be a well thought out answer, and you don't have time for that now.
Oh.
DJ needs to eat. And You just said all that. That's not me.
Nah, I mean, you want to give us time? All right, then fuck it.
Yeah, because off the
the
top
title,
of your head.
then, well, shit, I'm not gonna be on next week because I said I was gonna take next week off. So,
Toe in the show tomorrow. I can make a video from the question.
all right, you gonna be on tomorrow, DJ? I'll send you the link if you can. If not, it's all right.
Okay.
If not, you just.
I don't
gotta
think
answer
show's
the
gonna be
question.
on
You
any.
good. Yeah. Hey.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace.